What's up, guys? It is Friday. It's time. The deal has been basically completely reversed. Markets have corrected back down here. Oil is back up to over $98 a barrel. We just got news that Iran is demanding an end to U.S. sanctions and frozen asset releases, according to Tasnim, reporting the foreign minister says they are seeking rights, not concessions from the United States. Now, this comes after earlier on the day, we did get news that some of the sources in Pakistan said that nuclear was still an issue. That was kind of the deadlock here. The Pakistani source said that there is no alternative to an interim agreement between the U.S. and Iran. Reducing gaps is not easy because both sides have a high ceiling of demand. They said the knot of negotiations was and still is how to deal with the uranium. And so it sounds like the news that we got yesterday regarding one of the leaders in Iran saying that the nuclear assets and uranium needed to stay in Iran. It seems like that news was at least partially true based off of what Pakistan is saying right now. Again, the markets have gone back and forth a lot recently. We can take a look at some of them here, but here is oil. Here is the NASDAQ today. NASDAQ is technically red on the day as I say this here. So let's take a deeper look. So here is the NASDAQ right here. NASDAQ is technically red. If we put this up, the previous closing price on the NASDAQ is this light blue line right here. This light blue line is the previous closing price, and we are back to at least some red here on the NQ. You can see oil is elevated, and I'm in the Tradeify cup still. The only strategy I can think of to maybe bring me there is just a long oil in hopes of some type of retracement and you know, optimism today. You know, we get a retracement and optimism, and markets basically have been kind of crazy right now. The NASDAQ has gone from these lows down here, and then we got news of a potential deal. We had NVIDIA earnings, went all the way up to 29.5. Really, it got as high this morning of 29,600s. That's kind of a scary number right here, 25,665. And then since the Iran leader has spoken a bunch, we've kind of come right back down. It looks like the holdup is nuclear, like we were hearing yesterday. That seems like what the holdup is. It seems like it's still nuclear, what they're going to do with their uranium. And so I don't know how many times we've thought we were going to get a deal done, and then we've retraced back down, and then we think we're going to get another deal done, and then that turns back, and then we think we're going to get another deal done, and then the markets turn back. At this point in time, markets have been breaking all-time highs, though. If you take a look at the Dow this morning, here's the Dow. Dow's over 50K again, you know. Dow's back very close to all-time highs. All-time highs on the Dow are 50,611. We are at 50,523. And so watch the Dow today. We'll see if the Dow starts to move here. And yeah, we'll see what happens in this. Let me catch up on the chat and see how you guys are doing. Britt is also here, but I just haven't stopped talking yet today. So haven't really
true. So, you know, good morning, everybody.
I just haven't given them that, you know, that time to talk. But yeah, guys, listen, let's check it out. We have Donnie. What's up, dude? Ava, BB, Garav, F, Pew, McLovin, Eric, Wanna Be a Trader, Kaltenberg, Brian, My Dad's Account, Keegan, Big Bass Mike, Edson, AS, Pew, Killing Frenzy, DZ, Jono, Enthusiast, My Dad's Account, Glass Half Full, Yee, B Marsh, Java Man, Ava, I think I said Ava already. Gamer Freak. KO. N. What's up, dude? Raga. Jay. Jonathan. Bog. Pizza. Deckers. Doc. CJ. Daniel. Did I miss anybody? Leah. Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. K-Dog. What's up, dude? Good morning. Andrew. May the 22nd be with you as well, brother. Yeah, let's see what we get today. I am long on oil. You know what? I'm in the Tradeify Cup. The leaders are like 10, 15 grand, in the top 1,000. I've kind of been neglecting a little bit doing other stuff, you know, but I'm in here. Like I said, the only thing I can really think of today, guys, is just a long oil and hold it for a while. See if, we get some bad news coming out, spikes oil. That's the plan right now. Is it a good plan? I don't necessarily know. It's the only plan I can think of right now. I don't know if I necessarily want to short oil because that would assume that we get some finalized deal done. And if I think history repeats itself, we could get a reversal and oil could spike back up to over 100 today. I might be wildly wrong. Obviously, I'm not an investment professional. What's up, Hish? Good morning. Good morning. What's up, Ty? Good morning. Enthusiast Driven. What's up? Good morning. We're here.
Well, hey, man, if you're not sure if it's a good plan, just think of a better plan,
Give me a good plan for this. How do I get enough money in this Tradeify Cup account to catch back up?
We're crowdsourcing here.
Yeah, I'm relying on you guys. You guys need to help me here because that's my plan right now. I don't think longing oil is the worst idea, to be honest. Am I saying it's going to work? No. Does it have a higher percentage chance than shorting oil? Yes. Gold a lot of the time can be choppy. And so gold is kind of iffy. The NASDAQ has been moving a lot, but I think oil might be a little bit more reasonable of a play. I need something big to catch me up, and I think longing oil makes the most sense right now. I'm not telling you to long oil. This is in my Tradeify Cup account, guys. So just to clarify, do not copy me. Again, you'll probably lose money. Guys, you'll probably lose money. And we'll see what happens. Full port silver. Well, yeah, silver's a little whippy though, Altcoin, long energy. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing. Gold is scary because it moves so much. Long uranium. Do it, Emperor Voice. Yeah, the stock market is going to be closed on Monday, guys. Stock market closed on Monday. So we will see what we get, but I think futures are still going to be open, but they're not going to be moving that much probably unless we get some big news that comes out. If we get some big news that comes out, I will stream that. Guys, I will stream it. Again, what are your plans, guys? Inquiring minds want to know. What's your plan for the day? NASDAQ is technically green on the day again. It's almost back up to 29.5s. I think we got to be watching the tape a lot today. I think we have to be watching the tape. We got news of a potential deal done. Everybody, including myself, was kind of excited. I was like, it's happening. It's happening. And then we got more backpedaling here. Iran is demanding an end to U.S. sanctions and frozen assets. Foreign minister says they're seeking rights, not concessions. The Pakistani source said that the holdup was the uranium, which is what we heard yesterday as well. And so, honestly, here's my issue is the sources here. The sources are my issue. They keep going back and forth. They're insider trading here. All these guys are insider trading. Both sides are insider trading. They are. They're longing oil and then saying some crazy stuff and then shorting oil and saying a deal's about to get done and longing oil and shorting oil and all this other stuff. Trading. Yeah, they're both insider trading. They're both just kind of influence. You could call it manipulation, probably.
Also, to be fair, I didn't think the deal was going to get done.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you go back by history, yeah.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. I was hopeful. I still didn't think it was going to happen.
Yeah, for sure. And we do have some articles that are interesting today. SpaceX IPO is supposed to be in the next few weeks, so that'll be fun. Just to review that one real quick, and then I think we'll have Brett look at one. But space ETFs are booming right now. So space ETFs are going up in anticipation of this SpaceX IPO. So there's something called the IPO halo effect. And you see it in SpaceX, 1.3 billion in 30 days into a niche ETF segment like space is a big flow. It's a big flow. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the SpaceX IPO, which is obviously going to be one of the largest ones of the year. Sometimes these things are buy the rumor, sell the news. And I'm not a big IPO guy. Like, I do not like investing in IPOs like that. Trump just posted on Truth Social. I think he kept it pretty simple though. But he said, new stock market record 55 seconds ago. I don't know if this is going to influence the market necessarily. It looks like he watches the Dow, but he posted this a minute ago. New stock market record here is what he posted. Yeah. And so we'll see. Not market moving necessarily here, but we'll see.
Yes, we will.
Pakistani mediated peace talks between Iran and U.S. remain completely deadlocked. East side continue unreconcilable maximalist demands, according to Al Jazeera. Irachi wrote the book on delay tactics. Can trade SpaceX pre-IPO on MEXC. I made 30% in fee hours. Yeah, and faux hours, I made 40%. Bought a little space on the side. Yeah, space, man. Space has had a wild run, man. It used to have a lot more hype, though. It's down to under $3 a share now. That's what I'm saying. My idea for the Tradeify Cup account is just a long oil today, because we are at all-time highs. But you know, we'll see what happens regarding U.S. Iran. But yeah, Trump just tweeted new stock market record. We did post to our Discord this here, and it kind of breaks down all the news that we have going on today right now. We post this to both x.com and Discord, so you can join either of those here. But you can see Pakistani source, interim only, uranium unsolved, long period. Warsh gets sworn in today. We don't know what time it's going to be. Crude is still pretty high up, though. Crude is almost at $99 a barrel right now for WTI crude. We have the OpenAI IPO filing today, probably. Markets are kind of green on the day. NASDAQ green, S&P green, Dow is green today. But we will see what happens. We will see what happens. The final frontier, all-time high is right there. All-time high is what? 29,782 on the NASDAQ. The Dow, again, like I said, here's the Dow. The Dow is pretty close to all-time highs. All-time high on the Dow is what? Like 40 bucks away? What is it? It's 56.11, less than that. Yeah, actually, no, I'm sorry. We're 518s, so we're $90 away from all-time highs on the Dow or so. Bull or bear on the day, guys? Let's do a poll right now. We're going to do a poll. Are you bullish or bearish today? We're going to keep it really simple. Really simple. Vote on the poll. Let me know how you feel. Again, we do have some Fed speak. Warsh will be sworn in as Fed chair at the White House. And I am going to get to that SpaceX report. Or that article. But we have Waller, who is a voter. He's going to give remarks on economic outlook, speaking on policy in April before the FOMC meeting. Waller said policymakers must monitor inflation expectations as the Iran risk raises the chance of higher inflation and labor market weakness. He said an unresolved conflict could warrant holding rates steady, while a swift resolution may allow the Fed to look through energy shocks. Also noted that some low hiring and firing reflected tariff-related caution, said the U.S. dollar's reserve status was not under threat and saw no systemic risk from private credit. He also suggested that the Fed overhauls its regional Fed bank operations by centralizing some functions and favors a broader consolidation model. And so again, around what time does Waller speak? Is it 11 o'clock Eastern? Is that right? Or is that when Warsh gets sworn in? Let me see. It says 10 a.m. So are we looking at 11 o'clock Eastern time for Kevin Warsh to be sworn in as Fed chair? Wall Street Journal reports the markets are increasingly bracing for possible Fed rate hikes under Warsh, despite President Trump choosing him as a dovish chair, with rising inflation, higher yields, and the Iran war. AI-led demand has complicated it as well. I don't know if he's going to raise rates. I know markets are pricing that in. We would have to see a continued conflict is what we'd have to see here. We'd have to see a long-term conflict. You know, is what we'd have to see. So the conflict would have to last an extended period of time. And for, I think, Warsh to raise rates. I don't think he would do it anytime soon. Hear me moo. You are an oil bull. Price going up. No bueno. Name one time people were told the truth about a possible crisis before it happened. Well, insiders know to a certain extent, obviously. Again, Trump, new stock market. I can't talk right now. I blame Brit. New stock market record today, guys. New stock market record.
Yeah, it's totally my fault.
It is his fault.
Speaking of Kevin Warsh, apparently his takeover of the Fed could come with a policy problem already in view. With the central bank already facing a policy dilemma over inflation, interest rates, and its oversized balance sheet. He's inheriting a Fed that must decide whether to keep rates high to fight inflation or ease policy and risk letting prices run hotter than the 2% target. Warsh has long argued for a smaller, less interventionist Fed focused narrowly on price stability and rule-based policy, and he has criticized the institution's large asset holdings. He has also signaled interest in shrinking the Fed's balance sheet in coordination with the Treasury, though any such changes would likely be slow and deliberate. The piece emphasizes that Warsh enters office under pressure from both markets and politics. President Donald Trump expects to lower rates, while Warsh must preserve credibility as an inflation fighter, especially if inflation remains above target. The tension could define his early months. A major change is the Fed's roughly $6.7 trillion balance sheet, which Warsh and other analysts see as distorting markets and forcing the Fed to hold more reserves than necessary. Reducing those holdings could, in theory, ease financial conditions and lower support rates, but it also raises technical and political questions. Overall, Warsh's arrival could signal the start of a potentially major shift in the Fed philosophy. Instead of the activist central bank of recent years, he may try to steer the institution towards a more restrained, rule-driven model, but inflation and market expectations may limit how quickly he can move.
Yeah, so he's trying to do a thing like, and we haven't really seen it a lot, which is like reducing rates, lowering rates while simultaneously reducing the balance sheet, right? And that's an interesting take. Again, right now the big fears are inflation regarding the economy and economic outlook. At this point in time for this next meeting, we're currently at 3.5 to 3.75%, right? So we're currently looking like we're going to pause in June, but there's also a 2.8% chance that we raise rates 25 basis points in June at this point in time. And so with that, I don't think we're going to raise rates. I don't know a scenario in which we would. The only scenario in which we could raise rates, I think, is if there's a couple things you would need in order for us to raise rates in June. We would need much more escalation in Iran, meaning much higher oil prices. Like oil would have to spike to 120, 130 or higher by the week period preceding the meeting, in order for us to really have any type of reasonable chance at raising rates in June, which is not out, it's within the realm of possibility. It's not the highest, it's not the most probable thing, but it's in the realm of possibility. The other thing is we would need inflationary data to be pretty bad. I mean, obviously it's not been good lately. PPI was terrible. PPI is terrible, CPI wasn't good. And yeah, we're just kind of in the situation where inflation's already bad, but we would need much more escalation, I would say, in Iran. The meeting is in about a month. And so, maybe markets start to get nervous if we still don't have any type of reasonable preliminary deal agreed to. It looks like the big breaking point is the nuclear, the uranium aspect of everything. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't think we're going to cut, or I don't think we're going to raise next month. In July, we have a 13% chance of a rate hike. Because remember, we're going to get more economic data out prior to July. Another thing that we're going to get before this June meeting here is we're going to get another payroll print. We're going to get non-farm payrolls and unemployment the first week of next month. So not next week, but the week after that. And so we'll get payrolls, unemployment. We'll get another monthly ADP jobs report. And so maybe some of that can influence things. I'm not necessarily sure here, but we'll see. We'll see. Bear today, big pullback because no one wants 3 straight days. Yeah, looking at our poll, it's very strange. It's 50-50 bear bulls today on our poll. So I got to ask the chat, bear or bull in chat today, guys? Bear or bull? What do you guys think?
I went bear.
Bear? Yeah. Brit is a bear today, bro. That might be the biggest, bear signal of all time.
The biggest news story ever.
Yeah, Brit is bearish today. That might be the first time I've ever heard Brit be bearish generally on the day. Just like generally on the day.
Probably.
Yeah. So oil is falling down though. My only idea for the Tradeify Cup was to long freaking oil. Guys, to long freaking oil. That's the only idea I had. That's the only idea I could come up with. Talk me out of it or talk me into it. We're about flat right now. But I believe we can do this, guys. I believe we can do it. I see bull, bear, bull. What's good, my guy? What's up, Universal Code? I see Code is bearish. B Marsh is bearish. George is bearish. Rob Winter is a Roadrunner. That's fair, I guess. You know, I like the Roadrunner. I was a Looney Tunes fan. Bull.
Roadrunner was a bully.
He was. Oh, well, he's absolutely a bully. You know. Yeah, Bull. I see Day Hustle say Bull. Opposite the intuition. People like to bull into a 3-day weekend. Crazy. Silver semiconductors. You don't have to trade today. Keep adding as oil drops. No, I will not. I will not do that. All the paper hands sold and are going to FOMO back in. What's up, Max? What's up, Rob? You have to trade silver in the cup to have any chance of making it to the top 1,000. I know. The only thing I was hoping for, I'm so behind. I've kind of been neglecting it. I'm still up like $1,200 in this account. But the leaders are up like 40 or some crazy shit, you know? And so I've been neglecting it. It's not that good. I'm not that happy about it. But, you know. But I think long in oil right now, if we get some continued, not escalation necessary, but I think if we continue to see the deal optimism we saw yesterday get walked back, I think that is a situation in which maybe we got a chance. There's a chance. You know, that's the only idea I can think of today. Silver's probably a good option too, to be honest, considering like the crazy swings. But just, I guess, when in doubt right now, I'm buying freaking oil. You know, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Are y'all red or green so far this week? Red or green? It's Friday, smart man, bear. Oh, nice. Bitcoin is not very far from its March prices. Yeah, Bitcoin's so flat right now. Like, Bitcoin has been in this little range here, this like $100, $150 range for the last little bit. I don't know why it always, give me this time. Yeah, but Bitcoin's just been back and forth and flat and boring and not fun. A green giant, baby. Hey, nice, Vegas. Java says, I am very green. Red. Big green. Yellow. Yellow's fine. Check out Bloom Energy. I guess the market usually fills the gap Thursday, left on Friday. Yeah, Trump did tweet our new stock market record. He doesn't believe us. You? Who's Thomas? Where's Thomas at? Oh, Thomas, you have to trade silver. Oh, yeah. I believe you. Oh, I believe you. You know.
Do you?
I believe silver's the only way to get that type of volatility. Let me build up a profit first, and then we'll trade silver. You know, it is an end of, like, there's a shot. Like, it's an end of day drawdown. So if I can build up a cushion, and then YOLO into silver, I'll do it, bro. I'll do it. Bearish market sentiment conditions for today, trading sessions and stocks market exchange. I wouldn't long oil right now. Yeah, I mean, the only idea, this is in the Tradeify Cup, right? The only idea is that if we get continued walkbacks of this deal, we're at highs, right? But we got news this morning that markets did react to. Again, if you look at the NASDAQ, we can look at the reactions in oil and the NASDAQ here. NASDAQ was up. Look, NASDAQ was very high here. What happened is that, again, Iran leaders basically walked back the idea of the deal. So they basically said Pakistani mediators came out saying that the holdup, you know, the deadlock is still uranium. And that's been the deadlock this whole time. And so if they haven't agreed on that, I don't know if we're going to get a deal done. Maybe we do. You know, maybe we get it announced today. Maybe we get it announced over the weekend. And so that's a, you know, reasonable way you could say, hey, maybe markets are going to start buying up stuff in anticipation over the weekend. It is a 3-day weekend. Monday, the stock market is closed. Futures are still open. We'll see if we trade, though. If I do trade, it's going to be like a later stream for sure. And so maybe markets are going to price in news of a deal over the weekend. It's very possible. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Pakistani source said the knot of negotiations was and still is how to deal with uranium, unfortunately. And so, as I say this, though, oil falls here, guys. Oil falls. Look at oil. It looks almost frozen right here. Oh, no, it's not frozen. Oil now technically red on the day, though. It is at 97s now. Do you guys think markets get priced in over the weekend? Okay, so now the poll is 54% bull, 46% bearish. IRGC has already rebuilt its drone stores. I'm blue. If I was green, I would... No. Are you singing a song, Kay? I can't tell. No, I didn't yet. I didn't yet. All right, let me read this right now. Okay, so another big talking point today is, again, space IPOs. Or not space IPOs. SpaceX IPO is looming. Space-themed exchange-traded funds are ripping up. ETFs are flying up. Asset managers rushing to issue new products ahead of the much-anticipated IPO by SpaceX. All right, so that's one of the things that is causing markets to run. And there's a list of space symbols here. We can take a look at some of them, but you have like a UFO. It's gapping up. You have ARKX. It's gapping up. You have NASA. It's gapping up. Space Innovators ETF. So you got a bunch of these ETFs in space ripping. Oil's falling, guys. Oil's falling. Space-related ETFs have attracted $1.3 billion in new cash in the last month alone, pushing total assets under management in the embryonic segment to $3.3 billion, according to Morningstar Direct. It's been driven by SpaceX, as well as the realization that this may mark only the beginning of space growth in the space economy, as envisioned by Musk. Brian Armour, an ETF manager at Morningstar, said, quote, "We tend to see this happen whenever something new and shiny appears on the scene. So space is the new hot market." I've been hesitant to invest in space. You know, we've had the symbol SPCE for years here. It's gone up big and down big. I just thought space was expensive. But I think now where a lot of these billionaires in AI and chips are going to try to start putting data centers in the space, maybe we'll see new themes launch up and new growth opportunities. Another two ETFs targeting the same theme are likely to lift off within weeks expected mid-June. Within weeks of the expected mid-June SpaceX debut. Yeah, so we do have the, what is it, the Van Eck space. Let me see what this symbol is. It's the Van Eck Space ETF symbol. What is this right here? Warp, WARP. Oil still falls, guys. Let's look at a long-term trend here. Yeah, look at Warp. Warp has been going up ever since we've heard rumors of the SpaceX news. But oil has fallen red on the day. I'm trying to make sure there's no actual catalyst here for it to be red. I will never invest in Spacebox. What's up, G-Man? What's up, dude? Oil's not falling, guys. It was worth a shot. I think I'm just going to sit in it. You know, like I'm in it. It's worth a shot. I feel like I'm just going to stay in this thing.
You know, whoever started Warp had to be a Star Trek fan.
Yeah, dude. Warp drive, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at 97.4s. Very early in space. I'm trying to see if there's a reason for it, because oil did just turn pretty quickly here.
That's
and
probably
it looks catalyst driven of some sort. It looks catalyst driven of some sort, but it might not.
I don't see anything on the news. Let's check. Nope, nothing on. No Twitters. I mean, no tweets.
Yeah.
And I don't see any news yet, but I mean, you get it a little faster than I do, so.
Yeah, I'm just better than that, Brad. I'm just better than that, you know. No, I don't
yeah,
see
it's not your internet connection.
It has nothing to do with my 2 gig internet connection, Brad. That's not it, dude. I'm just faster. I'm just faster. Yeah. You know. I'm just faster. Yeah, my 6 cents did not work here. Again, look, I'm not trading real money here. This is my Tradeify Cup account. And I'm so behind that I have to just take a big risk in something. So, looks like I went the wrong way, though. Maybe I should have listened to the chat. I'm sure Max is going to be, you know.
Well, hey, man, look at you. If your 6 cents was wrong, trust your 7 cents.
I know. I need an 8 cents at this point in time, it looks like. But, again, I got to take some type of crazy risk right now just because of, you know. Just because, guys. Just because. Will I make money on the trade? I'm still optimistic. Weekend travel, government phase, hold. I don't even think I want to trade today. Made 2,000 last night during Asia and London session. Nice top 4. You know I'm going to be talking ish. I know, Max. I know. I could feel it. I could feel it. Close this trade, John. WTF. Bro, This is a Tradeify Cup account. Okay. I got to be in the top 1,000 by the end of the day. Or is it Monday? Is it Monday? The last day? Either way, me and my $500 in profit ain't cutting it right now in this account. I've been neglecting it. All right. It's not real. Like, it's not like I'm down a literal $700 in this account, in this account. And so you can look at this trade and be like, John, what the heck, bro? What else am I supposed to do? What else am I supposed to do? I need some big movement here. Oil's the biggest mover in this geopolitics news-driven market. And so when in doubt, buy oil. That's my logic today. I might be wrong. I might lose it, and that's all right if I do. I got to take a big risk of some sort here, guys. John, do your thing. You got it. I appreciate the optimism, GP. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, I don't see any news that just dropped. I see UAE, Saudi, and Qatar advising Trump against reinitiating war with Iran. So the United Arab Emirates joins the Saudis and Qatar in urging Trump not to restart the war. I think I pronounce it different every time. Sometimes I'm like Qatar, and I kind of feel like fancy, and then other times it's Qatar,
mostly, I always said Qatar, but lately I've been hearing people say Qatar, which maybe
Qatar.
That's right. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Qatar actually is right. I don't think any of the ways I've been pronouncing it is correct. But we'll see.
You better step it up, John.
I know. I got to get it right, dude. I got to get it right. I believe in John. Love you, XOXOXO. All right, dude.
I could feel you getting uncomfortable when you said that.
Oh, dude. All right. No, I love you guys too, in a friend way.
In a completely platonic type of way.
Right. That's right. Let's see if oil comes back up. Okay, oil short. Let's go. Awesome hammer on the oil 5-minute chart. Could get a run up here. I believe it too. Starting to go green? I'm not green. I'm down still. But I believe oil can bounce back here. I believe oil can bounce back. John, we love you because you're so masculine. Yeah, I'm so masculine, guys. Listen. We saw a rabbit the other day at my kid's school. I told you guys this yesterday. My daughter's like, look a bunny. Daddy, look a bunny. And I'm like, you know what? I don't say bunny. Like, I'm not saying bunny. That's a rabbit right there. That's an Easter rabbit. It's not a bunny. I refuse to do it. I'm not gonna.
Real men are okay with bunnies, John.
Right.
Also, whenever everybody looked away, John started crying a little bit about the bunny.
It was so beautiful, guys. It was so beautiful. Yeah. I got a facade I got to keep up here. John the Strong. They used to call me. Anyways, we love your dishonesty. Just don't make eye contact. Yeah. All right. My oil trade's looking a little bit better. I believe I can come back here. I do believe I can come back. Chat, what do you advise me to do here? Do you advise me to go long on oil or short on oil? Let's hear what the chat says. That way, if you're right, you can say I told you so as much as you want today. I will give you permission to do it. You can say I told you so as much as you want. If you're right, just know, Max, I'm rooting against you, bro. I'm rooting against you. Max. Yeah, I'm just rooting against you, brother. Long on oil, long, triple down. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. Full port, long oil. Yeah, that was my idea, Jono. If you have to choose, go long on the way down. Buy oil short, take profit, long oil. I mean, if I have to bet on de-escalation or escalation, I'm betting on escalation here. Like, that's basically what this is. We also see, no, that's not really important. Never mind. Not important, guys. Not important. Are you guys buying SpaceX's IPO? SpaceX or OpenAI, I guess, is another question. OpenAI said they're going to file it today. I think it's going to go live in September. Yeah, let me know. Short it. Power of 3, let it be. Long, short, long. This is why the polls are always split. Short in the short term, then buy in long. Wants to see a bottom signal. No. Escalation. No. SpaceX 100%. No. Nobody's buying SpaceX. SpaceX all the way. F OpenAI. Leave it open for the weekend. Not a chance I'll be buying popcorn. Watch SpaceX fail. I would short OpenAI. We'll see. We'll see what we get. Do me a favor. Hit. Go ahead, Britt.
I was going to say, based on track record, I wouldn't really bet on him to fail. But that's just me. I mean, I know he can't control everything. But, I mean, within the company.
No, let it fall. Yeah, I mean, SpaceX will be interesting. The margins are difficult in space, though. That's the only thing. Like, margins are not good at space. And it's hard to make money in general there, you know? And so that's the only way.
Air.
Yeah, there's not air. That's right. Hard to make money with no air, guys. I don't trust scam Altman. SpaceX IPO is $1 trillion by the dip. SpaceX is the only company that can get things into outer space, and they are working with Google on data centers in outer space. Yeah, for sure. SpaceX a buy for sure. Can't bet against Elon. SpaceX IPO is $1 trillion. Poll on SpaceX. I don't know. We just did our poll, bull or bear. 57% bulls leading the way here. And the S&P and NASDAQ are green today. I don't know. For me, you have two possible scenarios, and I've said this already. You have number one, which is that we get retracement of the previous optimism from the deal that we've seen over the last 24 hours. Over the last 24 hours, we've had back and forth over and over and over again with this. We had, hey, it looks like we're going to get a deal done. Markets jump, oil falls, and then somebody out there is like, nah, bro, we're keeping the uranium in Iran. And then markets correct back down. And then yesterday evening or afternoon, we got another reiteration of that. We got, hey, you know, it looks like we're going to sign a deal done. These are the terms. We covered the terms on our x.com page. The terms of the deal that was supposedly trying to be, you know, trying to get done was this. Like, these were the terms right here. And you can give me a follow on x.com at Beginner Trades. You know, these were the circulating things here. A full immediate halt to hostilities. All sides commit to avoiding strikes on infrastructure. Commercial shipping through the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz will remain open, overseen by a new joint monitoring system. International sanctions on Iran will be eased. Follow-up talks to resolve remaining points of conditions are set to begin within 7 days at the latest. But here's the thing, right? Even if this deal was real, it's literally a deal to give them more time to get another deal done. Right? So it's a deal to give them 7 days to restart negotiations about another deal. That's literally what this would be. So even if this is true, it's still a deal to get another deal done. And maybe we'll hear more confirmation in that over the weekend. Sometimes markets do wait for, you know, the weekend to announce things that are big and influential over markets, and so people can front load ahead of the weekend. And so maybe we get some buys coming in the NASDAQ. I think that's plausible. And again, if you want to give me a follow on x.com at Beginner Trades, I appreciate it. Shout out to Peter and Machiavelli for the follows. At Beginner Trades, guys, at Beginner Trades, we appreciate it. But yeah, as of now, that's what we've seen. And then this morning, again, we saw a complete walk back from where we were. So we basically had Pakistan, who I would say is a reliable source here. Pakistan is one of the most reliable ones because they're the mediators. They said basically that the knot, so to speak, was nuclear and uranium. You know, where it's going to go. Obviously, Iran wants it to stay in the country. And I don't think, you know, I don't know if we're ever going to agree to that. And so that's where we're stuck.
I kind of feel like, you know, like, who saw that coming? Like, I mean, did everybody guess that was going to be the sticking point?
Oh, dude, that's been the sticking point since prior to this conflict starting in the first place.
Yeah.
Again, in February, the U.S. and Iran were meeting multiple times trying to get a deal done before the conflict started, right? And the sticking point then was nuclear. We said, hey, you can't enrich. They were like, yo, we're going to enrich. And you can babysit us, basically, but we're going to enrich. And the U.S. was like, nah, bro, that's not happening, dude. And then this conflict starts. Right, but that has been the sticking point this entire time. That's been the sticking point. And you know, leaders, it's all spread out there. It's just a difficult thing to predict. But maybe we get some optimistic news over the weekend. I don't know. I'm still longing oil on my trade account.
But basically, that deal was give us everything we want, and you know, we'll open the strait, and that's just not going to happen.
Right. No, for sure. Oil chart still looking bearish. I mean, it's definitely looking bearish. At this point, I'm already like I'm gonna full port this Tradeify Cup account because I want to do it. That's what I want to do. Yeah, at this point in time, though, we've been back and forth regarding a deal 11 times. And I want a deal to get done. It's not that I dislike talking about this, but I dislike talking about this. At a certain point, I'm not a political person in general. Like, I want the U.S. to do well. You know, I want everything to go smoothly. I want inflation to go down. I'm ready for them to get some type of deal done and then, you know, end it.
Well, and also, I mean, well, it's... Sorry, good.
No, just keep talking, bro. Keep talking, dude. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, while, you know, it's interesting to talk about world events, it's just not really the point of this channel.
Yeah, I mean, we cover geopolitics. We cover it if it moves markets. And unfortunately, right now, what moves markets is this conflict. This conflict's hard to trade around this conflict. But why? Because it moves markets. I've seen a lot of joking shorts about people getting into a trade, having good results, and then we get like a tweet. You know, then we get some type of Iran pushback. Then we get some type of escalation news. And whatever position they were in, just boom. Just done, you know, over. Deep in profit goes from deep to red, deep green to red, and that has happened to me numerous times. You all have seen that happen to me. I'm hoping it happens to me on this oil trade, but it's hard to trade this stuff. It's hard to trade this. What's up, Rob? What's up, Connect? Are we shorting oil today? I am longing oil on my Tradeify Cup account. On my actual funded accounts, or in my actual stock account, I don't know what we're gonna do. I am slightly green in stocks today. Mostly driven by Apple. My average price in Apple is $255 a share. It's currently at 305s right now. I'm also in Home Depot. I'm hoping Home Depot can walk back. I'm in Coca-Cola now with a pretty big gain in KO here, though. My average price is $66 a share in Coca-Cola. It's at 81s. That's a nice 22% gain in that stock. You love to see it. Nike, I'm in Nike as well. But Nike's not doing that great. I'm down in Nike for sure, 22% in that as well. But I'm up in Oracle, about 14%. I'm up in Target, about 45%. I'm in SoFi as well, though, and I'm down a pretty big amount. But I'm net green. I'm net green in all of this, so. We did have Mexican GDP just drop. There's 8 o'clock. Let's see what oil does at 8 o'clock. Some orders are just now going to wake up from trading here. Hey, thank you for the donation. New Star Wars movie this weekend. Yeah, the Mandalorian movie. I love Star Wars. My daughter and I watched the new trilogy in theaters. We also watched Mandalorian season 1. Never got to season 2. We never ended up watching the Obi-Wan one either. So we're behind. We're behind. We got to catch up.
I like the original trilogy, and I like the third one in the first prequel series, and that's it. The rest of them I'm not a fan of. I don't like the games.
The old ones, the prequels have grown on me a little bit more. I like the third one better than all of them anyway, because it's dark and it's good and it's interesting. But you know, the other two have grown on me for nostalgic reasons. I saw the other two in theaters with my dad growing up. You know, I actually got in trouble for downloading the first prequel on like LimeWire or Kazaa or whatever it was prior to it coming out. I actually got a little bit of trouble for it. But way back in the day, I must have been young, you know, when I was doing that stuff. Kind of shows you how different it is. Like I used to just have. My parents, I guess, underestimated the power of the internet. They just let me run wild on the internet. I was, you know.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
I don't think parents or like their generation realized what it was becoming capable of at that point.
Sure.
You know?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. SoFi set up to move upward. I'm just gonna sit in SoFi. My investing strategy is simple. I buy. If it drops too much, where I think it looks like a dumpster fire, and maybe you can definitely say that about SoFi here. Then maybe I'll sell it. But I also think I don't mind holding something and seeing if it works. If this thing drops under 10, I'm selling for sure for SoFi though. The Dow is over 50K. The Dow is over 50K. Look at it. Dow's not quite at all-time highs, but it's really not that far away. It's like $75 away from all-time highs on the Dow. Got about $11 or $12 away on the Dow today from all-time highs. What's up, Sean? What's up, Cedar Park? $10 you might as well hold. No, well, there's a point in stocks where it goes from a pullback to like potential, I mean, obvious risks as a company. And so I try to avoid it. Like, I don't mind buying something that's cheap. It's a very small trade, so it doesn't matter that much. But like, if something drops too much, there's risks of like obsolete, you know, the company going obsolete, company failing. And I don't want to sit through that and just, you know, lose my whole investment. I'd rather cut it small and just, you know, live to fight another day, so to speak, with that money versus just going down with the ship, so to speak. Yeah, does that make sense? Like, I don't feel like going down with the ship in that regard. But here's the S&P. All of this is slightly green still on optimism of the deal. Yeah, I like SoFi. That's why I'm still in it. I should have, you know, if I didn't like it, I would have sold it a long time ago. Yeah, quantum stocks are still running today. Here's QBTS. I mean, they were running. They've kind of retraced with everything else. QUBT, Rigetti. Still green, though. Still up a lot since the $2 billion government investment into quantum. Here's Rigetti. If it falls below 10, the risk is that people start to get really scared and unload quickly, is what it is. Big psychological level like $10, I think that makes sense. All right, we're at 74.80s right now in the S&P. I don't hate where the S&P is right here. I'm still in my oil long. If anyone asks you something you don't want to answer, just tell them the Dow is over 50K. Yeah. Yeah. If the IRS comes to me and they're like, hey, you know, you need to give us this information, I'm just going to say, look, Dow's over 50K. Yeah. I overpay taxes, just to clarify, though. I really do. I pay too much taxes. I'm still mad about it. I'm not gonna rant about it, but I overpay taxes for sure. I hope we see 29,600 on the NASDAQ again. Maybe today. I think we need more optimism. We can take a look at Nvidia. Nvidia did have earnings. So Nvidia at 220s, but I think Nvidia has to run. We need to get maybe a walk back on some of that fear of no deal getting done, and there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen in order for us to get runs today. It is Friday. We do have Warsh getting signed in. We do have Michigan consumer sentiment later. They go, oh wow, sorry, and then walk away. That's right. That's my plan. You know, that's my plan. All right, guys, we are here. Oh.
Apparently, let's see, where is it?
Do you guys like my Superman curl? Like, look at this thing, dude. Oh, man. It's gone. I don't know what I did with it. I got rid of the curl. Oh, well, it's all right.
What are you talking about?
My daughter always, every time I have, like, a little curl that goes down, she's like, hey, Superman curl. I don't know what, like, the thing that I used to share these comments, like, look at this. Just remember, I've always been transparent, guys. Look at this. You know? This is my banner on Twitter. Free resource on economics and trading. I have no idea what I'm doing. Not investment advice. You know? We did post this morning market brief, but, yeah, the scraper is a little weird here. A little weird. Clark Kent. Market will drop today. 57% bulls right now. 57% bulls. I'm fighting with Claude right now, dude. Claude, I'm disappointed with this morning. You know, like Claude. The issue with some AI systems. I've said it once. I'll say it again. AI is not that good at querying things. You know, and sometimes this is what happens with AI, including Claude. And Claude's my favorite. You know, like he's my favorite child of AI. But the problem is that you'll ask them to do something. And instead of asking you to clarify or being like, hey, I can't do this, they will just kind of fill the void in their lack of knowledge with nonsense. They'll just guess, you know? Like, this is what happened this morning with Claude. I said, Claude, give me a breakdown on everything going on this morning. And And Claude started spitting some random numbers in the NASDAQ. Claude's like, hey, the NASDAQ is at 26. I'm pretty sure he was looking at the other NASDAQ. He started telling me all these things, and I was like, Claude? He's like, I've had stale and wrong NASDAQ data this whole week. Basically, I just filled the gap with a guess. And I'm like, dude, you're over here guessing, bro? Like, you're guessing here, Claude? I ask you to look up something and you're just going to be like, hey, they probably said this, you know? They probably said this right here. It's like, dude, no. I was like, never do that again, Claude. Like, what are you thinking here, bro? Never do that again.
I like that you're anthropomorphizing Claude for some reason.
Yeah. He's a friend. He's a friend, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But he's doing some really dumb stuff here, Claude. Get it right, bro. Get it right. Claude's a made man after he made that intro with me.
Apparently, Amperex Technology has plans to invest in DeepSeek.
DeepSeek Chinese AI system. It's supposed to be like a more efficient version where it's a better AI but uses less. It's less chip intensive. Is what DeepSeek is. So.
Oh, okay.
We had some bearishness coming out of NVIDIA when DeepSeek was announced, just because people are speculating that if they can make it more efficient and less chip intensive, then you have less need for NVIDIA. And in that regard, NVIDIA makes less money. And so NVIDIA, when DeepSeek first started coming around, actually went down. But yeah.
Also, Rubio signed an agreement with Sweden for technology collaboration, and Hassett says Warsh will bring back Federal Reserve independence.
Yeah. Warsh, the only problem, like I said, Warsh, people think Warsh is really dovish because Trump, stuck him in there. I'm curious to see what he does. He's supposed to get signed in today. We don't really have a time, but I'm curious to see what happens to Warsh, because Warsh he could lower interest rates while simultaneously reducing the balance sheet. And I'd be very interested to see how markets respond to that. Which you could say is a balance between hawkishness and dovishness. Reducing the balance sheet, which is quantitative tightening, is a hawkish action by the Federal Reserve. It makes things more restrictive. Kind of helps combat inflation a little bit. On the other end of that, rate cuts in general are a dovish action by the Fed. And so mixing those two together and trying to balance it out, we'll see what happens if he does that. If they do that, guys, if the Federal Reserve does that, is that bullish or bearish? Let me know in chat right now. Again, if they simultaneously do quantitative tightening, and it would be passive QT. Direct QT would be straight up selling bonds. I'm assuming they're going to be doing passive QT, which is just letting their holdings mature. But are you bullish or bearish if they start to do that? Let me know.
I have no good guess. Sorry.
Warsh ain't lowering interest rates with gas at 450. Yeah, no, and we really have more rate hike odds than rate cut odds right now, even with Warsh stepping in. So it's looking unlikely that we are going to be cutting rates anytime soon. It's looking very unlikely that we're going to be cutting rates anytime soon. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on which side you're on, Dove or Hawk. But yeah. Hey guys, bull or bear on a mix of QT and rate cuts? What do you guys think? Hey, what's up? What's up, Sam? I watched about 60% of a Claude masterclass course over the weekend. Less than 10% was about Claude. The rest were other AI agents. Claude is the best programmer in AI. 100% the best programmer in AI. Everything else, though, he's probably about on par with the other ones, to be honest. So, bull on rate cuts. Let me put live chat up. News? Oh my goodness, dude. My long on oil. Oh my goodness, guys.
What did you do?
What have I done? I think I'm out. I think I lost. Yeah, I lost my Tradeify Cup account. Some type of news just happened, tanking oil. The only thing I can think of, Trump tweet, insider knowledge. I don't freaking know.
No tweet, but, at least not yet.
But something just happened. Yeah, something. U.S. Secretary of State Rubio signs MOU on technology cooperation with Sweden. That's not this. This dropped 2 minutes ago. That's not what this is. Hassett says Kevin Warsh will return the Fed to its roots. But something just spiked the NASDAQ, and here's oil on the left side and dumped oil here. News just dropped. Chat, news just dropped. I'm ready to see what it is. Al Arabia says the Pakistani army chief is on his way to Tehran. This is the news. that is moving markets right now. All right, so this is the news moving markets here, chat. Again, the Pakistani army chief is on his way to Iran, signaling more potential optimism here. That is the news right there. That is the news right there. We put it up on screen. That is the news moving markets right now. Oil down, NASDAQ up. I was definitely dumb, Sam. But again, I neglected it the whole time, like the last week. I had to take a big risk of some sort. I was just going to play with it and see if I got the right side of something like this. But I was on the wrong side, and that's all right. The new sugar market sucks, bro. Yeah, I know, dude. It's my fault. Yell at me, chat. Yell at me. That's my love language anyway. Yell at me, you know. What's up, Kato? I should have waited and maybe bought on something like this and just seen if we got a retracement from this. But again, the NASDAQ is up big on this report. But again, this market is moving right now purely because we got news from Al Arabia that the Pakistani army chief is on his way to Tehran. We heard last night, that he wasn't going to go there. And now we're getting a complete turnaround here. Like, this is, you know, more Arab sources say that the Pakistani army chief is ready to travel to Tehran on condition of finalizing the agreement. And the NASDAQ is optimistic here. It's heading up. Oil down. I'm going to switch to my actual funded account here today. So we are going to switch to our actual funded account here today, which we are green on, by the way, guys. But man, here's the oil, guys. Look at oil fall. NASDAQ rip. Oil is down on this news right now. Oil is down. We all know it's Brit's fault. It is definitely Brit's fault.
Totally my fault.
Definitely Brit's fault. And like, listen, guys, I see a bunch of you guys. I know what y'all are doing here. Y'all are joining my stream just to see the breaking news. All right. We now have 950 people here. About 60 seconds ago, we had 835. I see what you guys do. Hit the subscribe button at the very least here. If you're going to join my stream, at least subscribe to the channel here, guys. You know, like, I know I'm the fastest with breaking news, you know. I'm the fastest breaking hand news in the West. Did I say that right? Maybe not.
Not really, but I was going to go the same way with it.
Right. I'm the fastest news in the West, or I guess I'm in the South. But Arab sources says Pakistani army chief ready to travel to Tehran on a condition of finalizing the agreement. And again, this is after yesterday we got news that they weren't going to go. And then before that, we got news that a deal was almost done. And then before that, we got news that they weren't going to get a deal done because the big issue is uranium staying in Iran. And then before that, we got other news that a deal was about to get done. And back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So at this point in time, if we don't get a deal done now, markets will, I don't know if markets are ever going to believe that we're going to get a deal done before it happens. Maybe we get a deal announced over the weekend. You know, a lot of people had a bull case argument today that leading into the big long 3-day weekend, look, the NASDAQ started to turn back down here. But a lot of people thought that I turned my subscriber notifications off, but I'm just assuming you guys are going to subscribe like you should. But yeah, what was I about to say? Yeah, a lot of
important.
Yeah, it was something important. A lot of people are speculating that leading into the weekend, we're going to get optimistic news for everything. Sorry, it's my fault. Yeah, it is your fault. It is your fault.
Britt, you said we are bears today. Thanks, Britt. Hey, look, I mean, y'all are the ones been saying that, you know, I'm here to lead y'all astray. It's your fault if you listen to me.
That is Britt. Britt has one job here. Yes, one job.
Also, I've been trading for all of, like, 4 days now, so it's your fault.
Figured this would happen over a holiday weekend. There's no way we are going to war. Watch the market drop hard after the deal is signed. No, the deal gets signed, market's going up, I'm assuming here. You know, not again, though, chat, remember, this deal, let's just talk about it for a second. This deal is to give us 7 days to work out another deal. So this is a deal to get another deal signed within a specific period of time. This is not a finalized, like a real deal. This is a deal to give us 7 days to negotiate. So basically, it's another ceasefire is what this is. And basically, part of the deal is that we're not going to attack infrastructure in that 7-day period. But it's optimistic if we get it done nonetheless. But you got to also take it with a grain of salt in that regard and specifics of it's not really a finalized deal to end the conflict. It's a deal to give us 7 days to get another deal signed. And even if we do get this done, it's not a guarantee that everything's going to be finalized in terms of ending the conflict. And so that's what this is really, just so you understand it.
It's a stall tactic.
Most
likely.
It's a pause tactic. I don't know if it's a stall tactic. I don't know if they're trying to just stall getting a deal done. I think they're trying to give us time. But yeah, it's optimistic that the Pakistani army chief is getting ready to travel to Tehran.
This is the ultimate deal or no deal episode.
Listen, that's what we're here for, bro. I'm gonna change my channel name to Deal or No Deal. Here, bro. Deal or No Deal.
You know that. You know that old show, don't you, John?
Deal or No Deal?
Yeah.
Howie Mandel?
Was it Howie Mandel?
Was it Howie?
No, dude. I don't think. Oh.
Yeah, it was Howie.
You looked? You sure?
Deal or No Deal? Oh yeah, dude. That's got to be Howie. Yeah, that's Howie. Bro, you're wrong, dude. You were wrong, bro. Did you ever watch Deal or No Deal? Oil just cracked lows of the day, down to 95.70s. 95.70s. NASDAQ bouncing higher here. Could be on more news. Let's check it. Hassett says, hope Powell leaves soon. Warsh gets complete control. But look at the NASDAQ jump. Look at oil dip here at 96. 96.
Uh-oh. I mean, maybe not. But point is, you're right and I was wrong, and I'm sorry.
Yeah. Britt, the one time you went short, you know.
I know.
Yeah.
Again, y'all are the ones been saying I'm here to lead you astray, so, you know.
Yeah.
Beacon of dishonesty, am I?
Beacon of dishonesty. My whole family's been using the word beacon, too, after watching that short. You know?
Still?
Yeah. My daughter had an English paper. She put a beacon of something in the English paper. So... Look, John the Inspirer. So yeah, a diplomatic source in Islamabad told IRNA that Field Marshal Saeed Asim Munir, the commander of the Pakistani army, left for Iran, according to stuff. So, and this just dropped 21 seconds ago. So this is more optimistic news for a deal getting done. John the influencer, that yeah. I'm paying $5 a gallon. Yeah, mine was like 420. 87 octane. Have we sent any more ships to the region? That might be an indicator. Big Germ guy? I don't know Big Germ. I know Big Worm. You know? I don't know Big Germ.
I know Big Perm.
No data today? We have the University of Michigan consumer sentiment data. Insiders making billions. This is absurd. Yeah, I mean, look, there's got to be a lot of insider trades going on here. I can't even knock it, really. I mean, I can, but, John is the biggest beacon of finance. I'm gonna nickname myself that. Yeah, so we have Hassett speaking. White House NEC Director Hassett says there's risk that oil shock feeds into core inflation and central banks must pay close attention. Where's the all-time high on the NASDAQ, though? Let's see where we're at. All-time high 780s. We're at 550s. So we could break all-time highs today. Now oil goes to 5%. We need to fill the gap on the top. And news of a deal about the deal within the deal in the deal. A deal to get another deal done, to sign an agreement for another deal. Have a standing reach of roughly 8'6" to 8'8", meaning he only needs minimal vertical jump to reach the 10 foot. Wait, are you talking about Barron?
Talking about him being able to dump. Sorry.
That kid's tall, bro. He better be able to dunk. Anyways, NASDAQ turned it down a little bit here. The NASDAQ is at 29,540s right now. 29,540s. And again, Chad, this comes after breaking news that the Pakistani army chief is getting ready to travel to Tehran on conditions of finalizing the agreement. We will see what happens. But oil is down. NASDAQ is up. But it's kind of come back down about 50% of the move up here. So, aren't a no deal yet. Kevin Warsh is supposed to get sworn in sometime today. We will see. The art of a deal to sign another deal. But coming soon. Let's see what happens. But diplomatic source in Islamabad informs Iran's IRNA that Pakistani army chief has departed for Iran. So this, again, chat, is what's moving markets right here. Johnson might be moving upward. Risk on seems amid reports that Pakistani army chief has led for Iran. Yep, that's what this is. NASDAQ also showing lower lows on volume and price rising. Buy or sell right here, chat. Let me know, buy or sell. Buy or sell here, guys. What do you guys think? Is this a buy or sell dynamic? The buy or sell up in chat. I see buy, pre-market open, pump and dump to eventually flat day. The pump on the NASDAQ was only 40 points. So many deals. We were making deals to make deals while making deals. Sell, buy, wait, sell, buy with both hands, sell, buy or sell. I don't understand why people are so hung up about hummus. Dude, I love hummus. I used to work at a Lebanese restaurant. It really is. I'll eat hummus with anything. I'll eat hummus with bacon. I'll eat hummus with, brisket. I'll put hummus on a sandwich and eat it. It's fancy beans is what it is, but it's good. Tastes good.
Not that fancy.
I see sell, buy, short, wait. Ugh. I'm long on the NASDAQ and gold. Where's gold going? So, again, we had more news of a deal. Markets jumped up, but gold is kind of following the market here. What are yields doing? Let's take a look at yields right now. Remember, yields and interest rates follow each other. And so if we get something that means oil prices might go down, yields should follow them down. And again, if we get news that this conflict is somehow ending sooner than expected, then yields should fall. Here are yields right now. They are lower than they were yesterday. Yesterday they were at 4.6 for 10-year treasuries. Today they're at 4.548 here. So they are lower. They have been falling down a little bit over the last few days. No deal will be made. The controlled demolition of the global energy supply. You and Britt need to try. Yeah, we'll check it out.
I'm down.
Market could go up or down from here. Yeah, it could go up or down. That's true. Yeah, we could go up or down. Risk on seems amid reports that army chief left for Iran.
It says John needs a new hairstyle. Don't be jealous of John's hairstyle.
Bro, my hairstyle, dude?
Just mad because John has that beautiful, thick hair.
I got a little bit of gel in my hair right now. I gotta wake up. If I don't put gel in my hair, dude, it's like an afro. It really is. So this is not gray. This is gel in my hair. That's gel in my hair. Don't judge me for my hair, bro. Listen.
And gray.
Let's see what happens over this weekend, though. Let's see what happens. Oil starting to move back up. NASDAQ and gold starting to head back down here. So markets immediately priced in more optimism, and now it's kind of retracing a little bit. I think, honestly, realistically, I think what we have to do today is we have to just kind of wait to see if we get more news. I think we just got to wait to see if we get more news. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Something about Mary. It took me a little while to get it. I had to think about the movie, and then I was like, oh, okay. Dude, no. Y'all haven't seen my hair when I first wake up in the morning. Oil coming right back up here. Dude, I swear, if oil stops me out on news and then heads right back up, I'm gonna be pissed. Will be gray soon enough? I don't know, bro. I always mess with my dad about using, Just for Men. Because my dad was, 70, and he still had the salt and pepper look. It wasn't, fully gray. He always told me he didn't use it. But I'm in my 30s now. I don't have any gray hair, really. So, I hope he was telling the truth. Oil back up, though. It's at 96.77s right now. 96.77s.
It's going up on you, John.
I know, man. Listen, I think it just stopped me out, and now it's heading back up.
Yep.
Yeah, the Pakistani army chief on his way to Tehran.
Come a little bit. Sorry.
What?
You're cutting out a little bit on me.
Oh, my bad, dude. Here, I'll fix it. But yeah, so a diplomatic source in Islamabad told IRNA that Field Marshal Saeed Asim Munir, the commander of the Pakistani army, left for Iran. And that's good. That's good. Markets are kind of filling the gap back down though. Oil's coming back up. We're about 50% filled on the move so far. Audio's fine. Yeah, the president posted about an hour ago. The news really wasn't that good, to be honest. I think it's good that we're seeing. I think if he's traveling there, it means a deal could be close, right? But we've had so much back and forth recently that I don't think anybody trusts anything at this point in time. I don't think anybody trusts any direction. I think the most plausible thing this weekend, though, and again, it kind of goes against what my oil trade was. Max mentioned it. But I think the most plausible thing is maybe we get some type of deal announced over the weekend and markets open up in the green. And so bulls start to get front loaded into that potential outcome today. So I guess I'm bullish, but bullish in the NASDAQ, specifically bearish in oil. But I do not think it's easy to predict. I think that makes sense. That's plausible. You know, that bulls are going to start to get front loaded into a potential deal getting announced over the weekend. But again, this is a deal to get another deal signed. And so it's a deal to get another deal done within 7 days, or to start negotiation within 7 days, stop bombing infrastructure and more. So even still, it's a little iffy. There's 8:30. We did have Canadian retail sales data come out at 1.4% versus 0.9% expected. Canadian PPI showed up at 11.4% year over year. Month over month, 2% versus 1.3% expected. Man, dude, Canadian PPI inflation data was not good at all. Not good at all.
Nope.
You know, Blaze, house prices over there in the land of Canada. Canada, some say. Canada, that's right. Same as right. Oil, the Widowmaker. How many times we were close? I don't know.
NATO's route says, who would be so foolish as to attack us? Our response would be catastrophic. Says Iran's attack on navigation freedom affects everyone in the U.S. and stresses the need for countries to unite on plans to keep the Strait open for shipping.
Yeah, I mean, real bad, John.
It's pertinent, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, join our Discord. It's completely free. We post a lot of the breaking news in there before we even post it here. So if you haven't joined our Discord yet, give your boy a follow. We appreciate it. We got over 1,000 people here already. I've lived in Canada. I actually really like Canada, you know. Poutine tastes good. It's great. You know, I like poutine. I got some kind of family out there, you know.
Never had it in Canada, but poutine is really good.
Poutine's very good. Very good.
Wait,
Dow
so you
all-time
run
high.
that? Sorry.
Yeah, the Dow did just break all-time highs, guys, on this news. So I didn't even realize that, but the Dow did just break all-time highs. New all-time highs on Dow Futures specifically. The actual index hasn't woken up yet, but Dow Futures currently 50,674 on the Dow. 50,674 on the Dow here. There's no difference, Farmer. They're the same thing, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they are the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in Ontario. I liked Ontario a lot. Beautiful. I mean, do I want to live there during the winter? Absolutely not. Christmas was nice, though. I did have a Christmas up there. It was nice. But after Christmas, it was kind of just bleak, you know? Like, it was just...
It's just because you realize you had nothing to look forward to for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Why do I feel nervous about going long? You feel nervous about going long, checkerboard, because you have no idea what's about to happen. You don't know if we're going to get good news, bad news, oil spikes, oil dips, a retracement of optimism, a big bull run and oil crash from renewed optimism. You don't know if a tweet's going to come out. You don't know if, you know, they're going to announce that today we got a deal to potentially get another deal done so that we can negotiate on another deal. And so, yeah, nobody knows what's going to happen here, guys. We'll see. But we're waiting here. We're waiting. Yeah, Canadian PPI data was really bad. 11.4% year over year. Ours was what, like 6%? PPI month over month for Canada was worse than ours. Look at this number here. Who agrees with this sentiment, chat? Do you guys agree with the sentiment? Look, there is Canadian PPI month over month, 2%. Not that. Do you guys agree with Canadian PPI? That's not the question. Do you guys agree that there's a potential bull argument heading into the weekend today? Like, if I'm going to buy something, it's going to be the NASDAQ today, I think. Because I do think that that makes plausible sense. I think heading into the weekend, if people are going to start pricing in a potential deal getting done, even if it doesn't happen, markets might start getting front-loaded into that potential outcome. And so we might start moving up a little bit today in anticipation of that type of thing going on. We're close to all-time highs. Warsh gets sworn in today, and more. And so markets could get priced into a potential deal getting announced over the weekend. And so maybe we'll still see the bulls regain control and oil continue to fall down. I think that makes sense. Do you guys agree with that? Put yes or no in chat right now. Yes or no in chat right now. The bulls are winning 61% today. So according to our poll so far, the bulls are in control. But yeah, let me know if you guys think that is going on. Oil all-time highs. Iran isn't going to sign a deal and they have to give up uranium in the Strait of Hormuz. Yes. 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 No. Mostly yeses. And so that kind of shows the bull optimism here. Here's the NASDAQ. Dow over all-time highs. New all-time high on the Dow, 50,759. NASDAQ is at 29,557. Just subscribed. Hey, thank you, Wealthy Wisdom. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, sir. I did have sub notifications. I don't know what I did with them, but let me see if I can add them back. I was doing a FOMC minutes report and more, and the sub notifications are just getting wild. So, so here's the NASDAQ. I'm tempted to buy the dip, but if I do, it's got to be really small here. Really small. Yeah, no. Let me test this, make sure it's working. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it's working. Hey, y'all hit that subscribe button, guys. It's Jurassic Park music, Pew. Yesterday's poll had bears winning, the stock market ripped. Today's poll has bears winning. No, the bulls are winning today, Connect. This is fantastic news. Everything has changed. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, guys. Again, right now the bulls are winning 61%. Oil is back up some, though. This is the move from the news we got earlier. Why trade pre-market? Wait 15 minutes after the open. I mean, I do both. I'm not really trading right now yet, though. The only thing I've traded was my Tradeify Cup account, and we weren't down. We were up, but we were way behind, and so I decided to long oil. And then we got the tweet, or not the tweet, but then we got the news about the commander going to Iran, and so the market's priced in optimism. Oil fell and stopped me out, and then now it's back up. So, oh, you know the song the chat wants? Is it time for that? Is it time for that right now? Isn't it the big bull song right now? He was up 0.6% or 0.6% away from all-time highs. Let's go today. Yeah, maybe markets start pricing in optimism over the weekend. Yeah, y'all hit the subscribe button. Yeah, I'm in the Matrix right now, and I'm also fighting vampires in the 90s with a trench coat on. You know, that's me right now.
I personally like to hear "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion. It's a much better song.
Oh, you know, maybe if I was in like a ship or something. Yeah. All right, guys. All right, we're at 29,560s right now. Is oil trying to fake out right now? I don't know. I'm not messing with oil right now. I think if I buy it, we're gonna have some news that's like, if I buy oil, we're gonna have some news that's like a deal that's about to get done right now, and it's gonna tank, and I'm gonna lose. If I short oil, you know, we're gonna get news that like Iran has completely walked away from this deal. They see it as no good, very bad, rotten deal, and they're never gonna accept it. And then oil's gonna rip, and I'm gonna get stopped out. And so no matter what I try to do here, you know, I'm not messing with oil. I might buy the NASDAQ here in anticipation of maybe some optimism going on. So I might buy the NASDAQ here, but I gotta wait. I need a dip in the NASDAQ. It's a tough market to trade, though. Recency bias. What's up, AJ Crypto? We're probably securing a deal with Cuba first. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's right. I'm right with Sam here. Sam says I'd listen to Celine Dion if I was on a sinking ship. You know.
Y'all are wrong. Y'all are wrong for that. She's awesome. Like, I wasn't a super fan or anything, but I heard several of her songs in the Deadpool movies, and I ended up enjoying them.
I got some songs like that. You know, there's some songs that I like that I don't want to admit that I like. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't have any problem admitting it. If it's good music, it's good music. I don't care.
Yeah. You know, give me some 3 non-blondes. Is it 3 or 4? It's 3 or 4.
It's 4 non-blondes.
4 non-blondes. Okay, yeah. Give me some 4 non. 3
non-blondes was the prequel.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say Quattro non-blondes. Give me some. You know what's going on. I can feel it, man. I can feel it right now.
You know it. I actually do love that song. So.
Chat. What song do you guys like that you're afraid to admit? If you're afraid to admit, you might not answer in the chat, but.
Don't be afraid. No musical judgment from me. John, on the other hand, no, he's a little mean.
I'm gonna judge you for sure. 4 non-blondes better than 3. That's right. What did I miss? You missed this news right here. So about 10 minutes ago, 15, maybe was it 20 minutes ago, we got news that the Pakistani army chief is heading to Iran. This is the news right here. A diplomatic source in Islamabad informs Iran's IRNA that the Pakistani army chief has departed for Iran. That is the news that tanked oil, boosted markets about, what, 20 minutes ago? Barbie girl.
I am a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Base. Beyonce, Spice Girls.
I like a few Beyonce songs. I'm not gonna lie, and honestly, I probably like a few Spice Girls songs too, but I can't name them.
The only one I can think of is "Tell You What I Want," what I really want, you know, and it's nostalgic for me because I grew up in the '90s, and so I don't hate it. Do I want to listen to it?
No,
you know, probably not. But Britney,
I can get behind some. I can get behind some Backstreet Boys. You know.
I'm not really feeling any of them. They're just, you know, like I grew up in the '90s, and so like, you know, there was 2 sides. There was like Limp Bizkit and like, you know, grunge, and then there was like neo rock rap, and then the other side of that was like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, you know. And I mean, you guys know which side I was on in the '90s here. I had Jinkos and a wallet chain, you know.
I was listening to Nirvana, people.
So you guys know which side I'm on. So U.S. Sitcom says 94 commercial ships redirected in Iran port blockade, according to Fox. Yeah. So
Operation Lincoln Park. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah. Hanson? I mean, give me some bop. I'll listen to it.
Don't forget about Bush, though. You know, if you're going to mention all those people.
Bush is great. Actually, I still listen to Bush. You know,
I do too.
Like "Come Down," great song. You know, like that. Like there's a lot of good Bush songs, to be honest. Bush is still good. Anyways, though, oil's still moving back up. We're at 96.70s here, 96.70s. Awesome. System of Down's good too. I like System of Down.
Me too. A lot of people give them stuff, you know, but I like them.
Yeah, for sure. Oil back up to 96.80s, guys. 96.80s. NASDAQ at 29.5s. I'm watching 29,500 here just to start looking at some levels here heading into the opening bell. 29,500 relevant, I think. Big psychological level here on the NASDAQ. So we do have 29,500 on the NQ. that I am watching here. Above us, we got this really isolated level at 585s that we're going to pay attention to just because it's the top of this big optimistic move from the Pakistan chief heading to Iran. So we have this move. We have the volume weighted average price right here at 45s. We have the 200 exponential at 517s. And then underneath these two levels, we do have the previous closing price on the NASDAQ right below us at 455s. Right. So all of these are really important to pay attention to short term here. Short term. Above us, we obviously have the all-time high. Is this the all-time high on the NASDAQ? No, 780s is the all-time high. So 782. This level right here, all-time high on the NQ. So we got these four levels that I'm paying attention to today, guys. So these four levels, 29,500, 85 short-term, 665, which I believe is the high of the day. And then way up here, we have the all-time high at 782 or so on the NASDAQ. So we're definitely watching all of this stuff. Oil's starting to find its way back up here. Starting to. Yeah. Hey, what's up, BT? Good morning, good morning. Hit 'Em Up by Tupac. I like some Tupac, bro. You know, Ghost, Tupac, great song. Staring at the world through my rear view. Great song. If we're talking like, I like Hit 'Em Up. As I get older and older, Hit 'Em Up is a little bit too aggressive for me, but I like it. Picture Me Rolling, very good. I like Picture Me Rolling. You know, I like Tupac. I like Tupac. Neil Diamond. NASDAQ starting to rise back higher here. We're at 29,560s here, 29,560s. Should I try to trade this right now? Like I said, if I'm gonna do anything, I think I'm gonna buy the NASDAQ. I need a dip, but I guess I'll try to buy the NASDAQ here. Is there another way today, guys? I don't know. Is there another way? I don't know.
What's up, Bulldog?
Look at the NASDAQ bounce here, though. Is this some more news? Is this more news right now, chat? It'd have to be some small-time news. But look at this green candle on the NASDAQ. Not really in correlation with anything going on here. Maybe not big enough to be news-related, actually. Could be holding just at the volume-weighted average price. You see the purple line is the volume-weighted average price. Canadian inflation data was bad.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any news or any tweets, so...
Yeah, give me some Mr. Big. Trial time, you know? If we're talking really old rap. Maybe not really old.
I like a few rap songs. Not overall a huge fan, but, you know, you like them.
You're just not as cool as me, Britt. That's what it is.
No, honestly, I like things like Hemorrhage by Fuel. I don't know if you ever heard that, but like that was really good.
Yeah, I like that too, but... All right, so we'll see if we head back up. We're at 570s right now, 570s. This is a classic buy news situation. Buy now when the news goes out, sell as people start inflation. Yeah, I mean, look, it's hard to trade this in general right now. I might buy a dip here. We get a dip to 65, I might buy it. Very bull flag. I mean, this is like the perfect bull flag here. You know, they call it a flag because it looks like this. You know, that's why they call it a flag. You got a pole, you got the actual flag part, and then you get a breakout move. Not always. Hey, good luck, my friend Sam, on that PA. We crashed today. Lies are going to catch up to us every day. There's a deal in the morning and then destruction in the evening. Buy now, cry later. Yeah, maybe, brother, maybe.
It's really been, you know, deal in the morning and then nothing. I mean, there hasn't really been any destruction recently. I mean, well, a little. I mean, a few small skirmishes. I'm not saying nothing. I
don't know. I think a lot of the time in the morning, we've actually had the opposite. A lot of the time in the morning recently, we've had no deal in the morning. And then in the evening, like yesterday, deal. And then this morning, we got a walk back of the previous deal where we heard from Pakistani sources that nuclear was still the holdup. And then we got this today. And so shout out to Donald. Thank you for the subscribe, my friend.
Thanks,
I
man.
appreciate it. Yeah, that is a bull
Uh,
flag. Correct.
And honestly, whether it's in the morning or at night, depends what part of the world you're in, you know?
Yeah, for sure. No, 100%. AI is on board. Yeah, we'll see, guys. We'll see. I'll probably buy a pullback if we get it, but I'm also kind of scared, and so I'm not going to take any big size at all right now. I just don't know if it's worth it. It's too risky at this point in time to take some big size and things, you know? It's just way too risky. We'll see, though. We'll see.
Yeah, those statements did sound like he was a little fed up, Bragg. But, you know, who knows?
Yeah. Let's see. Look, I might buy a dip here. Give me 65, I'll buy it. I might not get a chance to, but seal the deal. Good morning. What did I miss? What's up, Jay? You missed. Basically, this morning we woke up and there was optimism about, or this morning we woke up and that the deal that thought we were going to get yesterday, it looked like we weren't going to get it because Pakistan came out basically saying the holdup was nuclear and that both sides are locking in and they're being more strict and all this other stuff. And so markets retraced a little bit from the high levels that we had seen earlier this morning. At like 3 or 4 a.m., markets were breaking highs. When that news came out about nuclear being the holdup from Pakistan, markets came back down a little bit. NASDAQ dropped, oil pushed back up closer to $98, $99 a barrel in WTI crude. And then about 20 to 25 minutes ago, we got more news come out that basically said that the Pakistani army chief is heading to Iran to try to finalize the deal, right? So then optimism happened. NASDAQ went up, oil fell down, and that's kind of where we're at now, where the NASDAQ is still kind of pushing higher here. My bias is going to be on the long side today on the NASDAQ here, but it's definitely not a certainty type of day. I don't know if any day is a certainty type of day, but it's definitely a day in which we could get back and forth swings. So I just saw some breaking news that appointment of Ghalibaf as head of the Iranian negotiation delegation, according to Al Hadath, reporting, citing sources here. So we do see this news that just dropped, that Ghalibaf, which there's been back and forth regarding him about whether he is going to be part of the negotiation team anymore. Oh, just bumped my mic. But yeah, there's been back and forth regarding that. And so now it's looking like he is again, is what I'm judging from this. So we will see, guys. We will see. All right, here's a pullback. I'm going to buy a little bit here. Just 2 contracts, and we're going to add to it if it goes in my favor here. This could be greed. This could be American greed. But we have the room. Yeah, this could be American greed. But I am bullish on the day. I want to see if we get some baked in optimism over the weekend. And so now that I am in this, guys, look for breaking news. You know, that Iran's going to say something like, this deal is a very bad, no good deal we will never accept, or something like that. American greed? Maybe it is American greed. But so far we are up in this trade, guys. We are green. I think we'll sit in this. All right, so I'm going to take half off and just wait now. Got a little early trade. A little small, but green nonetheless. We bounced exactly at that 65 level. We told you guys 65. We bounced there. I'm scaled out of most of this already. Scalping this move. Maybe I should have taken more size. And now I can just add back to this if it ends up going up big and hold the rest break even here. Again, U.S. Sitcom said 94 commercial ships redirected in Iran ports blockade, according to Fox. You guys red or green on the day today? Let me know. Let me know.
Where are you? I haven't actually started trading today yet.
My average price is about 75 right now, but I've already scaled out of a lot. Or no, my average price is 65. Sorry. That's where I wanted to get in anyway, 65. We bounced right there. I just want to see if this continues. Green, green, green. Trust me, bro. Green. Green. Seriously, deal is close. Everybody's green today? No red? Come on now. I know that's not true. All right, I'm going to lock this out at the highs of the day here. And just kind of wait now. Is anybody red today? Thank you, S. Asif. I'm going to say your name's Asif. New all-time high on the NASDAQ. Yeah, I mean, I think markets could get baked into more optimism today. I think that's plausible. Specifically in that regard, I think it's plausible markets get baked into optimism happening, deals done over the weekend and stuff. So, yeah, so resetting Ghalibaf as head of the Iranian negotiation team. So, Ghalibaf is the guy, apparently. Is it Asif? It could be as if fly.
Asif, maybe. Asif.
No deal until November. You made me listen to Lady Gaga. No deal until November. Bitcoin ETH red. Yeah, Bitcoin down to 77s here, but it's higher than it was at some points yesterday. You know. Ace? Okay. Asif. It's great following your stream. Props to you. Hey, thank you, Hits. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, I mean, I just try to cover what moves markets. Why do you guys watch my stream? Do y'all watch for futures, stock market news, breaking news? I think most of you guys are probably here for breaking news. Again, I can tell that because whenever something big moves markets, you get a bunch of people piling into my stream. So I'm assuming y'all are here for breaking news. But listen, we do all this other stuff. Hit the subscribe button, guys. We appreciate it. Most hated market rally, news.
Everything. Cool.
I'm here to watch you bag on Brit. Your good hair. Listen. I know. Love the chat too. Chat's cool. Yeah. We're here for Brit.
Oh, thank you.
$25 profit today. Need more? That's okay. Yeah, I need more too. Is Monday a U.S. banking holiday? Yeah, Monday is Memorial Day. So Monday is a Memorial Day.
Love the chat too.
Your news is the most broken. Definitely the most broken. You know, my news is in the boulevard of broken dreams. Is my news. That's definitely true.
It's a good name, Broken News Media. You know,
here for the music, here for fun. I'm here for your lucid pitches. Entertainment, red folder news. Thank you, Travis. Yeah. I'm not anything, bro. I'm neutral and all that stuff, dude. I watch almost every day. Hey, thank you, Larry. I appreciate you, brother. I know we got some lurkers in the chat that just don't show themselves very much. And as somebody that lurks, I get it, guys. I get it. But show yourselves here, guys. Say something in the chat, even if you don't want to. Am I in sub-only mode right now? Even if you're not subscribed. Like, that's okay. But announce yourself. Show us you're here. Show support for the channel. Top 3 most likable guys. Yeah, I think so. Mostly news is more detailed. Hey, thank you, my friend. You're my news while I watch the charts. Top 3 news givers. Definitely top 3. Here for the strippers. You missed them. They just left. Yeah. Great job at the news. Hey, thank you. Lurkers are welcome. I'm just driving a lot. What's up, homework? Hey, thank you, brother. Something. Subscribe. Hey, what's up, RB? Big lurker here. You made me a lot of money high leveraging trading Bitcoin and ETH. Oh, well, thank you, my friend. Don't copy me, though. You'll lose, probably. Lakers are the best. Here, but just listening, trying to understand all this. What's up, Bill is here. Hey, thank you, brother. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's all good. Mandeville here. Glad to listen. I know some people in Mandeville. Like, a lot of my family is actually from Mandeville. All right, I grew up in Mandeville to a certain extent. By Chifuncta? Don't ask me to spell it. But Chifuncta? I know Chifuncta. It's not a slur, I promise. It's a river, I believe, right? NASDAQ coming down a little bit here. Coming down. We're at 575s. The best breaking news. Thank you.
I'm here for your beautiful hair and Brits. I used to have beautiful hair, not so much anymore.
Hey, thank you.
I still have it,
CS
it's just short.
Use your promo code for Elucid 50K Direct. Hey, thank you, my friend. You're making up words. I'm really not. Look here. Look.
Funk the river. It's a real thing.
I grew up in Louisiana. Like, I'm from Louisiana. Look, this is how you spell it right here. It's not a slur. I promise, guys. Like I said.
No, it's a Native American name.
Yeah. Look. Look, that's it right there. Anyways, we're at 575s. 575s. Gulf Coast, Florida here. Bull Pennant. Very humble guy. You grew up? Kinda. Fort Myers. He is very down to earth and doesn't act arrogant like other channels. I mean, look, I'd like to think you're being serious, but coming from the top 3 greatest trader of all time, you know, best hair, fastest news breaking, you know, I worry about sarcasm here.
Moderately talented blue belt.
Right. Mediocre / the greatest blue belt of all time in jiu-jitsu. You know, I don't necessarily trust that. Chafunkta is how you pronounce it. Chafunkta. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah, look at the NASDAQ. Hold up, guys. Look at the NASDAQ jump here. So we're getting another jump in the NASDAQ. Let me see if this is news related. Maybe not. Let me see the volume. Maybe not. We're probably just getting past some of this high volume area, the volume profile, but let's look at it anyway. Commander of the Pakistani Army, Field Marshal Asim Munir, is traveling to Tehran in an effort to reach a deal between Iran and the US on ending the war, according to a Pakistani security source. I think I nailed that name. I think I pronounced it right. Let me know if I did, but I'm pretty sure I pronounced it right. But yeah, that's basically what's going on. Ghalibaf is going to be the head of the Iranian negotiation team. I don't know why they're acting like this is breaking news. Everybody already knew this. Whoa, now look at the NASDAQ dip a little bit here. This is 9 o'clock dip. Does this deal happen over the weekend, guys? Do we get a deal over the weekend? Yes, Rami, it's a native word, for sure. World's most agile reader. Top 3 most modest. Oh, gosh, dude. Some of y'all are funny in the chat. VFL, man. I can't tell if you're serious or you just said some random stuff, dude. Y'all are funny, though. Y'all made me laugh this morning. I appreciate it. Laughing's good for the soul. Yeah, we're at 565s right now. 565s. I'm green on the day, but something just turned the NASDAQ down. I think it's just 9 o'clock orders going through. Yeah. 0 chance of a deal. No way. No deal over the weekend. No. Buy the dip. Crypto popping. Iran deal never happens. A deal in 10 days. I hope this US-Iran thing keeps going. Iran. Certified lurker here. What's up, Takis? I like Takis too, brother. 9 o'clock, we got a big red candle, though, here, guys. We did get a big red candle at 9 o'clock. Let's see what happens. Is it really? Okay, yeah, I didn't, like I said, I didn't know. I thought you might have been joking about the name of Chafunkta.
But what are you talking about now?
I'm not even going to try to pronounce this.
That's Chapatula.
Oh, okay. Got it. NASDAQ starting to head back down. I'm going to buy this dip again, I think, here, guys. I'm going to buy this dip again. We are in 2 contracts right now, 3 contracts, or no, 2. I will add more if this goes in my favor, but right now we're pretty much flat on the day here. Pretty much flat. So I will add more if it goes in my favor. But
I'm sorry, I mispronounced that. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Dude, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, brother.
No, I mean, it's definitely whatever. The other one was correct. That one I mispronounced, obviously. Like, I was seeing it as something else.
All right, guys. All right, I'm in this. We're green. I might add more to it, but I think I'm going to give it some time. So we're in this. We're green. What the heck, dude? I swear, bro. OBS is kind of crazy in how they operate. There we go. There's my position. I'm trying to find it so you guys can see it. The P&L here. There we go. I figured it out. But there we go. It's Kevin Warsh Day. Yeah, Kevin Warsh does get sworn in today. That's true. Tuesday all-time highs. Render is moving. Render crypto, bro. It's been a while since I heard about it. Render? Who is it? Is it like JJ Abrams partly behind that? It's back green in the last week. All right, we're in this very small here, guys. Very small. Again, if you haven't already, check out Lucid. Great way to help support the channel. Lucid funds traders. You can get a direct to funded if you haven't yet. 150K direct to funded, $420. 150K funded account, 90% split, 10-to-1 micro scaling allowed. In the futures market, you can day trade the S&P, NASDAQ, Dow, Russell, gold, commodities, way cheaper than funding your own account. You can get some exposure to risk versus funding your own account thousands of dollars. So you're risking something, and in that regard, it's useful. I'm going to add to this a little bit now here too, but hold the rest break even if it turns against me. Very, very useful. And again, they allow you to use 2% or 50% off twice, right? So again, I'm not one of those guys that think that you should waste it on evals. I think you should probably go direct to funded personally. Like that's what I think is the better move. Direct to funded makes the most sense because you get 50% off. And so if you want to check it out, you can find the link in the description for Lucid. But you can also check it out right here if you want to help support your boy here. They are an affiliate of mine. I do get paid by them. So obviously I'm biased and I try to be honest with people. And so, you know, be honest. I get paid by them. So if you want to help support the free content we put out in the breaking news that we drop, check them out. Use my code BGT.
Honest John, they call him.
They do call me Honest John. That's right. All right, so we're green here again guys. We're green here again. I'm just going to let this run and maybe add a little bit more on the way up. And again, hold it break even. We're nicely green on the day. We do have a cushion heading into the opening bell, but we are in this high volume area of the volume profile. So, you know, it could obviously go back down against me. I'm hoping it doesn't, but I want to give it some time to continue pushing, and it is. So I think the bull thesis makes sense. People are going to start potentially getting front loaded. I'm going to take a little bit off there, lock that in, and then hold the last two and just be chill with the rest. But I think it makes sense that markets might price in optimism of a deal getting done over the weekend, and so the bull side could make the most sense here. Could make the most sense. Yeah, I don't see any news that's influencing this. I think we're just going up a little bit. I'll hold it. I need to get past this high volume node, though. 580s is what we really need to get past. AI token's getting movement. I want 120 more points on the NASDAQ. I'm going to hold this last little bit break even here. I'll let it test this level, but I'm going to set the stop loss right underneath this. All right, we're out. We just got stopped out on the rest, but we made money on it again, so that's good. Somebody said there's a lot of bots on this channel. I don't necessarily think so. I think, like, I see some other streamers that supposedly have like 1,000 or 1,500 people watching them, and then their end view count is like 2,000 or 3,000 views. And I think they are probably the ones with bots. Most of the time, the people with bots are going to be people trying to sell you stuff. Like they're going to try to sell you a mentorship program or whatever it is. You know, and like YouTube will delete the bots if they're there. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I see a lot of people that have, they supposedly have all these views. I think they think it looks better if they're streaming with that many people, but then the end result for their stream is much lower view count, which means that YouTube's deleting them. Yeah, I did lose my, I got an email that says join Jim Cramer live for $4.
Oh, I thought they were asking you to host.
Dude, I would love to go on and host Jim Cramer, you know? I say, Jim Cramer, you know, despite all the odds, you have been inversed so much recently. How do you feel about that, Jim Cramer? P-bot activated.
You managed to be stunningly wrong every time.
Yeah.
Way to go, Jim Cramer.
I like Jim Cramer too, by the way. I think Jim Cramer cares. You know, I think he cares about markets. You know, when everybody started to do his inverse Cramer thing, really it was like a year and a half ago. Jim Cramer went on the news and like cried a little bit. Cramer cried.
Really?
Yeah, he you could tell he cared. He was talking about it, and he was, you know, and his voice started cracking, and he started getting emotional. And I'm human. I felt bad for Jim Cramer. I really did. I like Jim Cramer, believe it or not. Am I gonna follow his stock advice? You know, but I like Jim Cramer.
As a person, you mean?
Yeah, he seems all right. Do you guys like Jim Cramer? Let me know, yes or no, chat. Are you a Jim Cramer fan? Put it out there. Yeah, news. Yeah, look at the NASDAQ start to rip here, guys. So the NASDAQ is starting to rip. I don't know if this is news related. I don't know if it's big enough volume here. It could be a very small amount of news, but I don't see anything on the tape yet. Not really a big enough green candle necessarily to say it's news driven. We did get a drop in oil simultaneously, so maybe it's something. The S&P did just break high, so it could just be the S&P high break influencing things. Like, look, here's the ES. So the S&P got over highs of the day here. Oil did fall some, but I don't see any breaking news yet. Let's take a look. Stock advice, no. I should have held that long a little bit longer. Pun intended, I guess. Qatar has sent a negotiating team to Tehran in coordination with the U.S. to help secure a deal to end the conflict. Yeah, I see that. And that's basically the news we had heard already. I mean, it's a little different, but basically the same thing. Oil down. NASDAQ up. S&P up. Again, here's the catalyst. But back and forth here, guys. Here's the catalyst right here. S&P up, NASDAQ down. Or no, I'm sorry. S&P up, NASDAQ up, oil down. S&P's reacting more than the NASDAQ is, though. Here's the E-mini. S&P 7500s. Ripped over highs. Yeah, multiple countries sending reps is good. So multiple countries sending reps is good for sure. But yeah, that's the news at the bottom right now. Again, I think the bull side makes sense today so far, at least. Makes sense so far today. We'll see, though. Bank of Japan intervention. No, that's not what's moving it. The news is that Qatar is sending a negotiation team to Tehran in coordination with the U.S. to help secure a deal. Yeah, I'm looking up more information on this now, but that's good news that some of the surrounding countries are sending news. Do you think the new Fed chair speech is going to do anything to markets? No, probably not. I don't think so at all. I don't know if, okay. I know Warsh is supposed to speak. I don't know if what Warsh says is going to move markets, but I think the president might speak during that event, and that could move markets. Right? So I don't know if Warsh necessarily is going to move things, but I think Trump speaking at the same time could be. You say Qatar? I don't know. It depends on how fancy. If I'm feeling fancy, I'll say Qatar. You know. Sometimes I say cater. But yeah, I think during the Warsh swear-in ceremony, oil just cracked that 95.50 level for a second, though. Didn't last much long down there. But oil just cracked that. And again, you can see the catalyst at the bottom of the screen. Qatar has sent a negotiating team to Tehran in coordination with the U.S. to help secure a deal to end the conflict. Just for everybody at home, if you don't understand, Qatar is one of the peninsulas around Iran. It's a bordering country. And so them getting together, trying to help secure the deal is good because they work with the U.S. in that regard, and we'll see what happens. But I think the news we're getting is optimistic heading into the weekend, and maybe we'll get some type of finalized deal done before the weekend, but I think markets could be pricing in a deal getting done through the weekend. And you know, we've heard from a lot of people in chat that that's their play today. And so is kind of the bull side holding things through the weekend. Are you guys buying up anything and holding through the weekend? If so, what are you buying? Let me know in chat right now what you're buying. I don't know if we have a time. I heard 11 o'clock Eastern, which would be 10 o'clock Central. But I haven't heard any more on that. Intel. Morning, everyone. No. NVIDIA. AAOI. ONDO. Marvell. IBM. Dell. No holding over the weekend. Buying oil. Okay, so Al Arabia just reported just now that the Pakistan Army chief's visit to Tehran does not mean a deal is within reach. Bro, I swear, dude, we go back and forth so much here. Look, I just got this news that just dropped on the tape. The Pakistani Army chief visit to Tehran does not mean a deal was within reach, according to Al Arabia, citing sources. Well, who are your sources, Al Arabia? Because we're going back and forth here. Qatar has sent a negotiating team to Tehran in coordination with the U.S. That's good. I don't know where this other post came from that I just posted here, though. All right, NASDAQ, S&P still up. Yeah, but you guys kind of see the tape at the bottom here and what's going on. They're just sitting around a table. Yeah, well, there's so many heads, like leaders. It's so spread out at this point in time because of all the strikes and stuff that, you know, who's running things over there in Iran is really hard to figure out. And so I think that is why we get so many different contradictory releases here. But yeah, I don't see anything either. I heard some sources saying that it was at 11 o'clock today, Eastern time, this morning. Yeah. Also, guys, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and also join our Discord. Our Discord is completely free. You over there trading, Britt?
Oh, no, not yet. Sorry.
No? Yeah, well, join our Discord, guys. It's completely free. Here's the link right here. You can hang out with us once the stream ends. And we do make a morning brief post every morning. So give me a follow on x.com @beginnertrades and join us on Discord. I do a morning brief like this every single day. Every single day. You guys can kind of see this morning brief right here. So we do one every single day talking about what's going on. We also have this type of thing here where we got to show you guys what's going on in markets. We post this to x.com @beginnertrades. It kind of recaps everything going on in the market, influencing things that morning. And so, yeah, we do this every day. Join our Discord. It's completely free. Doesn't cost anything. You can follow me on x.com @beginnertrades. Guys, @beginnertrades, x.com. I gotta find the chat again. There's the x.com post. Bull or bear, Britt?
Probably bull.
Oh?
At this point. Yeah.
You went bold earlier and said bear. Now you're switching it up to bull.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the market to open here. We got the market opening up in 12 minutes, guys. 12 minutes. Green. Bull first part of the day, then sell off at the end of the day. You know, I think we're already up a lot, so I think maybe sell off and then green. Oh wait, look at real quick. S&P dropping, wiggling a little bit here. Oil moving up a little bit here. Yeah, look at the S&P dip. This looks catalyst driven. Unless they're just now getting the news that I mentioned earlier about the Pakistan Army Chief's visit, does not mean a deal was in reach. We'll see though. It's so back and forth at this point in time though, man. It really is. I'm bullish bear. Yeah, so look at oil and the S&P move. Kind of back and forth here. What does laundering bots mean? That's interesting. Sure, if the stops are set properly, you could do it. I love to see the S&P wiggle. Yeah, it wiggled a little bit. Buy the dip. Wall Street Journal's Norman says source tells him the draft deals circulating are inaccurate. That could be making it wiggle. Again, Wall Street Journal's Norman says source tells him the draft deals circulating are inaccurate. That could be what this is. This news right here. That could be what's causing this. Trump just posted on Truth, but it's not really anything big. Yeah, so that news has already dropped, Charlie. Yeah, and most of the time you can tell bots because the channel will have like 1,000+ viewers. And there'll be two things. They'll either be only saying good things about the person, like this person's great, this stream is amazing. Like that's all they'll be saying. They won't be actually commenting on things. They're just pumping up the viewer or the streamer. Or they won't be commenting at all, you know. Yeah, so again, Lawrence Norman from the Wall Street Journal says source tells me the draft deals circulating are inaccurate. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get a deal done over the weekend. Let's wait and see. But I think markets still might price it in, but we'll see. Look at this though. On this news, S&P's dropping. Oil's not really ripping up though. Where's Nvidia? I guess oil is moving up as the NASDAQ and S&P drop here. I might buy this dip, but I think it's so news driven in markets right now. It's hard to figure out. Yeah. BT is great. BT is awesome. Bro, 50% of us are bots. Buy the canyon. 8 more minutes. Yeah, we got the opening bell soon. Let's see what happens. Same news as yesterday, bro. This has happened over and over again. We got a deal. It's just a deal to get a deal to formulate another deal today, guys. You know, and really that's not what it is. But the deal today that we're hearing about might be getting signed is a deal to restart negotiations within 7 days. So it is a deal to get another deal done, technically. S&P coming down though on this news about Norman saying the draft deals circulating are inaccurate. Yeah. We'll see. All right, heading into the opening bell, guys. Are you guys bullish or bearish right now? NASDAQ, S&P are turning down here. S&P, NASDAQ, Pulling back here. We've had multiple candles of red now. Multiple candles of red. All market manipulation. I saw a report saying that. Yeah, I saw that report, TJ. To the right and up. Pointless deal. They won't deal. Bull day 100%. Long weekend, maybe a dump. Deal, no deal. Deal, no deal. You're fired. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, chat. We appreciate it. We're at 29,550s here. 29,550s. Yeah. I mean, we'll see, guys. We'll see. I'm bullish that the weekend's coming up. It's a long weekend, too. So it's a 3-day weekend. Yeah, it's a long weekend. NASDAQ holding at the volume weighted average price. Remember, the stock market's closed on Monday. It's Memorial Day. So the stock market's actually closed. Going to be a good open compared to yesterday. Probably a low volume Friday. Yeah. I said it was bearish day, universal code. Hey, let's see, brother. Oh, wow, what just happened? We got Wall Street Journal's Norman saying a source tells him the draft deals circulating are inaccurate. That's what's moving markets down over the last 5. Opening bell in 5 minutes. We'll see what we get. But that's what's taking markets down over the last 5. Three days, no trading. I mean, I think futures are open, and maybe we'll trade futures Monday open. It depends on what we get over the weekend. We get news of a deal over the weekend, maybe we will trade futures open. On Friday, or on Monday. But at the very least, we're definitely going to be starting late. All right, guys, here we go. Here's the market on open data. So maybe we got some bullishness coming in on market on open data. We're at currently 29,565. Oil has rebounded to 96s here after back and forth deal, no deal situation. Yeah, we will be doing another giveaway today. So we will be doing another giveaway. So I will go ahead, if you want to enter that giveaway, give me a second and let me prepare this just to give people time. Yeah, exclamation point BGT will get you in that giveaway right now. We have 4 minutes into the opening, about 4 minutes. You just do exclamation point BGT, it'll sign you up. We're going to do it at the end of the stream, so we still got like an hour. But go ahead and get signed up now if you want to be in that giveaway. Exclamation point BGT. Give it away a free Lucid eval today, completely free, 100% off. Oil's still spiking, NASDAQ's still dipping here. So the guy got his giveaway yesterday. Sherbert never showed up. So all right, guys, here we go. We got the opening bell in 2.5 minutes, guys. 2.5 minutes. Rubio said he wants a sandwich. What kind of sandwich? PB&J, or I send it back. You know. Yeah, don't Sherbert on us. That's a new verb we've got going on. You know. We got Sherberted. NASDAQ up to 29,570s here, so we are starting to see some rebounds, but oil is actually coming up with it a little bit here. NASDAQ bounced right at the volume weighted average price. We have 2 minutes left, 2 minutes. I don't see any other news coming out, so basically, I see that Sitcom has redirected 97 commercial vessels, disabled forces to start of the blockade. I also see Micron, MU, announces manufacturing expansion in Virginia. So Micron announcing manufacturing expansion here. And it's up a little bit. Nvidia popped a little bit to 221.40s as well. But so far, we've had a lot of back and forth here. This is for a Lucid, 100% off a Lucid eval. It's gonna be a Lucid Flex eval today, but yeah. Yeah, Citcom reported some stuff. Ugh. I don't know, bull or bear on the NASDAQ here, guys. No more Sherberts. Give me 100 points on SanDisk. Discuss me. What? Dude, YouTube is... Dude, I don't understand YouTube, bro. Look at this. Look at this. So YouTube has done this thing where they start translating. And like, if I post over this here, like OF said I do, quote unquote. If I scroll over it, YouTube translates it to disgust me. Oil's still popping higher here, though. U.S. Secretary of State Rubio said would like to see an agreement with Iran, but there needs to be a plan B if Iran refuses to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. With that said, oil is back up to 96.5s here. We have less than a minute. Oh, we got 10 seconds until the opening bell. Yeah, so we'll see. There is the opening bell here, guys. It's by DRAM. Memory. $29 550s. Oil back up to 96.5s. $570s now for the NASDAQ here. So the NASDAQ's trying to hold. MU is actually dipping pretty significantly, and so is Nvidia. So I see some red action right now in markets here. NASDAQ still moving up, though. 590 hit the high at the opening bell. 590s is the high at the opening candle. We do have MU and Nvidia dipping down pretty quickly here. Interesting. All right, look at the NASDAQ fly here. 620s on the NASDAQ. Over 620s now. New all-time, or not all-time high, but where's all-time high is 6.7 something. Here's the high of the day, 665.25. So the NASDAQ is getting closer to the high of the day right now. I can't trade yet. I got to wait a couple minutes first. I don't think this is news related. But what do I know? I do see the Rubio news stated that forced posture decision should not be political. Nvidia's dropping since the opening bell. So is the NASDAQ. So is AMD. Or no, I'm sorry. So is MU. AMD's up to almost 480s right now, though. So memory. All right, we're getting close to the highs of the day here. I will buy a dip if we get one, but I can't quite trade yet. I have to follow my rules. I need 2 more minutes before I can trade. And so I would buy this dip up to the high of the day, because once we get that, we're close to all-time highs. And I think there's optimism that we might get a potential deal done over the weekend. But we'll see. Yeah, look at the NASDAQ here. I would buy it. It's just too close to the opening bell. I can't really trade. I have a rule. I can't trade before 4 minutes after the open. So. Doesn't Nvidia usually dip a few days after their calls, then run afterwards? Yeah, we're down to 630s. Oil still moving up with a little bit, though. So oil and the NASDAQ are kind of moving with each other. S&P is about to tap highs. Highs of the day. All-time high is 75.40 on the S&P. What time is it? I need 1 more minute before I can trade. Bro, there will be no deal. I'm just covering news, bro. I'm not saying there will or won't be a deal. I'm just going to cover news. Please tell us why you have this rule. Because the first 5 minutes are really whippy. Fake outs, reversals, retracements. I'd like to let a little bit of a trend form before I jump in, instead of just kind of buying up breakouts and stuff. IV is way too high in the beginning, so great rule. Yeah, it's a little bit too risky. Connect. I guess we are dipping down some of the NASDAQ here. I can trade in five minutes, but I have to wait somewhat. All right, look at oil spike here. So this could be news related, just based off of how much oil's gone up. Look at oil. So oil spiking up right now. Hold on. Are we getting a reversal of a deal news? Or is this just normal market flow? Yeah. No deal. I don't know. I don't see anything yet, so it could just be normal market flow. I would buy this pullback. I could buy it. It's a risky. Everything's kind of risky today, though. U.S. Secretary of State says we'd like to see an agreement. We saw that earlier. Let's see what we get. I should have bought this dip. Volume profile looked good on that pullback, too. I just kind of missed it. Again, I am trading a direct-to-funded 150K Lucid account. Give me a dip, I'll buy it. Is it risk-free? No. Give me a dip to 615s, I'll buy it. But we're so close to highs of the day. I assume we're going to break it right now. I don't hate this little micro pullback though, to be honest, but it's almost too greedy. There might not be enough meat on that move, so to speak. I could scalp it, but it's too small. I think we're gonna break this high pretty soon, but it's not a certainty, and I think it's really, I don't think the risk reward is good. I think if we do pull back, it's gonna pull back a lot, and so I'm just gonna wait now. Oil's starting to fade back down though. Okay, Rubio says Pakistan is still the main talking partner in discussions. Says NATO did not make a clear request for assistance in the Hormuz Strait. Pakistan Foreign Ministry says we are not aware of any visit to Iran planned by the army chief, according to CBS. This is absolutely ridiculous at this point in time. Look, so we got this news that just released by the Pakistani army chief. Or, I'm sorry, the Pakistan Foreign Minister. The army chief would have been worse. Look. We got this news just now, according to CBS. That they don't know of any visit from the army chief to Iran. Yeah, what a weird market right here, guys. Do I want to short this now? Delayed response, maybe? We'll try. Kind of risky shorting all-time highs, but you know, that's what we're here for. We got a cushion on the day, a pretty large cushion too. Maybe we get up there and short highs. Is this American greed right here? Maybe not. I'm gonna cover immediately, and then we'll hold the rest. You know what? I'm gonna get out of half of this right here. I don't like that at all. I think we might tap this level and then come right back down here, though. But yep, American greed all the way. Pakistani army chief headed to Tehran is the most significant indicator so far this week that progress is being made, according to the New York Post. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it and wait now. Yeah, now report saying he's going. Yeah, now I have New York Post saying Pakistani army chief Munir heading to Tehran is the most significant indicator so far this week. Yeah, I see about the PDT rule. Yeah, Bitcoin's down to 77s. Yeah, Brit doesn't feel good, so he's not here today. Yeah, we just I don't know if we're gonna get all-time highs. Maybe we do. Oil's actually dipping down some. It's hard to figure out what news source to cover here. So we are still green on the day, by the way. We are still green. We're not super green, but we're green. Big jump. Complete gamble Friday. Yeah, it's just hard to figure out what's like what the move is here with all the different contradictory catalysts coming out. Hard to figure out what the right thing to do is. Rubio's speaking right now, but I think he might be done at this point. Doki is having a good day. What do we get over the weekend? Good or bad news? Escalation or de-escalation over the weekend? Deal or no deal? S&P still ripping up over highs. So is the NASDAQ here. NASDAQ's getting really close to all-time highs. I guess I'll trade this if we get a pullback. I want 65s. Maybe 50s on a pullback. I might not get it. But look at the NASDAQ getting very close to all-time highs. There's a little bit of a pullback here. Can the bull stop today, though? Appreciate all the follows on x.com at Beginner Trades here, guys. Appreciate all the follow at Beginner Trades. You'll get a breakdown of all the news coming out like this. I did jump back into a trade here. Feed me all-time highs, NASDAQ. There we go. I'm going to take a little bit more off here and lock that in. Feed me all-time highs. I'll add more to this too. Yeah. What a retracement. Oh, and I'm going to get out right here. That's a big retracement quickly. Oil just spiked up too, so let's see what other news just came out here, guys. Look at oil spike and look at the NASDAQ pull back here. What a ridiculous market right now, bro. Pakistani Foreign Minister, we are not aware of any visit planned by the Army Chief, according to CBS. We told you guys this a little bit ago. You know, we told you guys this about 7 minutes ago. Looks like markets are just now digesting it like it's a new source, though. A new release. Hey, that's why give me a follow here, guys. Give me a follow. Subscribe. We cover all this stuff. Yeah. Again, x.com at Beginner Trades. Join our Discord. We appreciate it. But here's a decent pullback now. I might buy this now, too. I'm up a couple hundred on the day already. So we might add down to 65s here. Give it a chance. I didn't really get a chance to add. I'm kind of flat right now. I think I'll add to it. Down to 65 if it goes. All right, there's 65s. All right, we're going to add 4 contracts here. Take a little risk. Eesh, what a drop all of a sudden. Is this a news candle? Bro, I swear I have the worst timing with news. The worst timing. Is this a news candle? Oh my goodness, dude. All right, I'm out. I'm out. What's the freaking news here, bro? It's genuinely impossible to get into safe positions right now. Genuinely impossible. What's the news? Let's hear it. What's the news? We got University of Michigan consumer sentiment data coming live in about 10 minutes. Oil spiked, NASDAQ dipped. This is how the news goes right now. Let me buy this dip, see if I can redeem myself a little bit here. Okay, we're right back up. I'm going to take half off here. Oh, the rest break even. All right, we're out of that break even on the rest. Yeah, this current market's freaking weird, dude. There's been some progress with Iran, but I would not exaggerate. We're not there yet. This is the news that just did it. I knew it was something here. Rubio, we're not there yet. This is the news. I could just tell. I could just tell. Oil rips up while I'm in a trade. NASDAQ falls down. Somebody said something here. This is the news. You can read it at the bottom of the screen. There has been some progress with Iran, according to Rubio, but he said, I would not exaggerate it. We're not there yet, end quote. Kevin Warsh signed in here. Also, guys, if you haven't already joined the giveaway, exclamation point BGT will enter you into the giveaway. We're going to give away a Lucid Flex eval today. Exclamation point BGT, if you haven't done it yet, we'll put you in there. Join the giveaway. But University of Michigan should give us something here. Like, we should get some type of, I don't know. The inflation expectations, I think, are the interesting ones. Yeah, the inflation expectations are the most interesting here. I think some of the, maybe markets are going to price in more potential escalation here. All right, we bought this dip again. I'm gonna start to liquidate some of this now. Yeah, there we go. Take some more off here. Hold the rest. See if we start moving up there. We got close to all-time high, so I am a little bullish here. As long as we don't get some more news that comes out that influences this position. I don't know why it... Exclamation point BGT. Crypto noob. You might have to enter. No, you're in there. Okay, good. All right, so this trade's actually going pretty nicely here, but I'm not trusting anything right now, so I am going to set a stop loss here just so you guys can see it. I'm going to set it underneath this low right here. And we might add more if it goes in my favor here, but we'll give it a second. We're getting closer to all-time highs. We get a reasonable pullback, I'll buy into it. All right, so we bought into it. We do another stop loss here, a little bit higher at 630s. Here we go. Yep. The question is, how credible is Rubio in this instance? There we go. BNB all-time highs in the NASDAQ again. We're going to make money on the trade no matter what, but we start to go break even, I'll probably cut it early. Outside my entry. I'm going to cut half right there. John stops. Yeah, we're trying here, guys. We're trying. We're going to make money on this trade as well. Once I sold, all right, we just got stopped out on the rest, so that's fine. We made a bunch on the trade. Just a news-driven market. Again, exclamation point BGT will enter you into the giveaway, guys. This has to do with Rubio coming out saying we're not there yet regarding the Iran deal. You can read the bottom of the screen. That's effectively what's going on here. Yeah, you only have to enter it once, but exclamation point BGT will enter the giveaway for 100% off. How credible is Rubio? Is he credible? Put yes or no. I mean, I think he is, probably, in this instance. And I think it goes against the interest as well. So if he says we're way off, he's probably telling the truth. But yes, credible today in reversal. I think he is credible. No, he's not credible. VIX finally turning up. Pakistan's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Tahrir Andrabi said Friday that he was, quote, not aware of any visit right now when asked about reports by Iranian state media since Thursday that Army Chief Field Marshal Saeed, a key mediator between Iran and the U.S., was expected in Tehran. He said, quote, I am sure this will be announced in due course if it is to be announced. I can neither confirm nor deny it now. I think that's actually a little bit more optimistic. He's basically just saying, I don't know. They're going to take it out of context. Yeah, CBS just said Pakistan foreign minister says he's not aware of any visit to Iran planned by Army Chief. So they're going to take it out of context and make it seem as the most sensational as they can, because that's what news does. Iran official says there's no draft deal with the U.S., calling U.S. demands too high and unreasonable, while Pakistan's visit aims to reduce regional tensions. And so we'll see. We'll see who's telling the truth or not. A lot of back and forth here, though. We're at 610s now. Yeah, we're at 610s. Bitcoin looks weak. You only have to enter it once, sweet. Hey, later, Corey. Have a good day, bro. I follow your trade, brother. Yeah, so we're starting to reverse all the way back down here. We're getting some pushback on a deal being done potentially here, I guess. So. Also remember, guys, that Take Profit has their largest sale ever. 50% off. Their largest sale ever. 50% off. And so if you want to check them out, I'll put the link for them up here. No activation, 50% off. There's the link right there. Check it out. How can you believe any of these liars? I'm not saying I believe anything. I'm just looking at how it moves the markets, my friend. You know, market moves on rumors, not necessarily like guaranteed news. Do I dare buy this right now? We're almost at the volume weighted average price, which could get some buys stepping in. Do I dare buy this here? Buy, yes or no, chat? Yes or no, it'll buy. Let me know what you guys think. Yes or no? Need 100% good answers. No, no. My point exactly. Self-interest. Yes. Oil. Yes. Do you? No. No balls. Go for it. I'm looking for my, where's my trading? I got too many windows up here, guys. It's hard. I got yields up. I got X up. I have Bitcoin chart up. Bitcoin's really flat right now. Bitcoin's really flat. I lost my trade evade. Where did my trade evade go? There it is. I found it. But the buy may be too late here. Look, I'm in at 1. Took me like 5 minutes to find this. This is the problem with having too many monitors. I wanted to buy it like down here too. I'm a little PO'd here. I wanted to buy it 600s. So I didn't really get the best entry, to be honest, but that's all right. I mean, our buy worked. Take one off. All right, bearish from the Nikkei. What's the news about ceasefire? It'll take longer for... I'll buy another pullback here into this. We're green on this trade, but I'll buy a dip down to 610s. I wanted 600s, but I didn't quite get it. All right, we're in here. There we go. Hey, thank you for the sub, my friend. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Shout out to my guy for subbing. I'm gonna take a little bit more off up here. Try to grind the rest of this up on the day, but it's a difficult day. CL futures also just broke over $98. Technically green on the day for CL futures. So yeah, join the giveaway, guys. Exclamation point BGT will enter you in the Lucid giveaway. We do have a stop down here. Just tap me out. Still green on the trade, but that's a red candle. The news, in my opinion, is energy infrastructure upgrades. Well, we have the VWAP down here, the 200 exponential down here. You know, buy the rumor, sell the news. Yeah, guys, listen, you can join the Lucid giveaway, exclamation point BGT. Completely free Lucid eval. If you pass it, you get funded. You can take payouts. They process my payout in like 1 minute when I put it in. Higher volume area, the volume profile here as well, though. So we start getting in here, we could chop. Is the issue. Oil's still trying to rip up. No news of a deal yet. We keep hearing news of a potential deal, but none really none that matters. People are short-sighted in the inflation in the energy sector. I don't know about SpaceX. Yeah, Warsh is supposed to step in at 11. Again, I don't know if it's going to move markets. I think the president's going to be speaking at the same time, so I think maybe we'll see some movement if the president does speak during this event. We'll see, though. We have Michigan consumer sentiment dropping in 2 minutes, chat. 2 minutes for Michigan consumer sentiment. Not really the biggest mover of markets, but we'll cover it nonetheless here, just to cover it. We will cover it. Not a big event, though. Not really something that's usually pretty market moving. It's kind of a slower report. It depends on what inflation expectations are. They do drop 1 and 5 year inflation expectations by the University of Michigan. And consumer sentiment is expected at 48 roughly, right where it was last time. So we'll see. Yeah, University of Michigan does release in about 1 minute. 1 minute, guys. Hit the like button next to the play button. Put it in 2x speed. My news is pretty quiet, though. How much NASDAQ can dump percentage-wise if a war starts? I mean, we're kind of in one now. But if we get more deeper escalation, yeah, it can drop that much. All right, guys, here we go. 20 seconds until the University of Michigan. We also have Waller coming out speaking at the same time. So Waller speaks. Let's see, NASDAQ up to 630s here. Here's the report. 10 seconds. Hit the live button next to the play button. Put it in 2x speed. NASDAQ started to jump a little bit, though. I'm going to have to check news as well. But here's the report right now. All right, guys, so University of Michigan consumer sentiment showed inflation show up at 4.8% 1 year, 3.9% 5 year, both higher than expected. Consumer sentiment also showed weaker than expected at 44.8 versus 48.2 expected. So noticeably weaker consumer sentiment, noticeably weaker current conditions, and consumer expectations were noticeably weaker than expected. Inflation was higher and weaker expectations are what's moving markets. So again, 4.8% 1 year inflation expectations, 3.9 year 5 year. Those are both higher than previous numbers and higher than expected. Michigan consumer sentiment data came in at 44.8 versus 48.2 expected. So noticeably weaker data here, noticeably weaker. I might short a little bit here. Let's see. We're going to add to it if it goes in my favor here. But it's a risky move today. Just because we're getting into that higher volume area, the volume profile, maybe I can attack the range. Okay, one contract here, guys. It's a little contract that could. Look at that candle here. What's going on? First move, wrong move? I think I'm just going to sit in this. Yeah, Waller says labor market is stable, no longer the main focus for policy. But yeah, the University of Michigan data was bad. It was not good at all. Maybe the first move is the wrong move. We'll put this data up on screen, but that data was not good at all. That was bad data for the University of Michigan. Not good. Conditions were low. Inflation expectations were high. Consumer sentiment was lower than expected. You know, so here's the data right here. We'll put it up in the chat and on screen. Yeah, this is the data right here that freaked markets out. A little contract that could right here, though. I think I'm just going to let this little baby work. Waller says I can't dismiss the risk of unanchoring inflation expectations. All right, we made about $100 here on one contract. I'm going to cut it down here. Right into that weakness. So we're out, but I'm also kind of looking at breaking news. NASDAQ down, oil up to 98s again. Fed's Waller says labor market is stabilizing, unemployment low and stable. Rate futures traders expect Fed to increase the interest rate possibly in October now. Waller remarks about removing an easing bias from FOMC statement. It looks like scalping the volume profile there made sense. All-time single contracts can make 1,000. Yeah, guys, listen. Enter the giveaway, guys. Exclamation point BGT. If you want to learn to day trade, you get a free eval if you win. So hit the exclamation point BGT. Enter the giveaway. You'll win a free Lucid eval, Flex eval. Oil just dipped though. I don't see the NASDAQ running. Britt had to go lay down. He's not feeling that hot, so you only have to do it once. But enter the giveaway, friends. CL futures down to 97.80s here, 97.80s. We're nicely green on the day. Yeah, here's something that Waller said as well that's influencing things. Like, look. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Yeah, I mean, we used the volume profile just now. We're green on the day, though. That's nice. But we're not, like, a lot green. We're kind of in the higher area of the volume profile here, too. Like, you can see the volume profile right here. This is the higher area, meaning we could just kind of, you know. We'll target if it breaks that area, but... we'll see. NASDAQ falling a little bit here. It is a 3-day weekend. I thought bulls might get baked into some stuff, though. But, we'll see. This news seems to be a little bit too quiet for this. I mean, are y'all bullish or bearish for the rest of the day? I gotta go with bull side, guys. Like, I gotta go with bulls, I guess. Yeah, so Fed Waller said would support removing easing buying language and statement to make it clear that a rate cut is no more likely in the future than a hike. NASDAQ still falling down some here, look. I don't know if this is news related or what, but the NASDAQ is fading down some here. We're at 530s here, 530s. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, guys. Hit the notification bell. We appreciate it. I might short a little bit of this if we get it. Hold on. And now we're back to the point of control. Oil actually dropped a little bit too, though. Bull, biggest bear trap. Here we go. Bulls are killing it. Long weekend. Pull back up. Low volume area might dump fast. Yeah, like the stream. Make money buying the dip. Bad economy takes over. Bitcoin needs to go to 90 or 60. I'm bored with it. Such good data. Yeah, the data was not good. That was bad data for sure. I don't know, but it's the University of Michigan. I mean, look, I love Michigan. I go to Michigan every year almost. And so I like Michigan. Do I trust the University of Michigan data? You know, does this data could this data be accurate? Sure. I mean, markets are nervous about Iran. Consumer sentiment could be low. Inflation expectations could be high. I mean, it's all plausible. It all makes sense. But yeah. What's the poll at right now? Poll is at 62% bullish, 38% bearish out of almost 1,000 votes. We're kind of choppy right now. We're kind of boring here. NASDAQ will close bullish tonight. I hope so, bro. I might buy it right here. But again, if I buy it, it's going to be like they're going to come out with some type of article that says they're going to come out with some type of article if I buy it that says some type of report, some type of news release that says Iran says we're really far away from a deal. A deal will not get done in the next year, you know. Oil will rip and I will lose money. I'm going to buy this now though, I guess, here. Let's see if I'm right about what happens. We're in 3. See what happens. Here we go. Take a little bit off there. Kind of ranging the volume profile is what I'm doing here. But we're back in the high volume area. I'm going to take another piece off here. We got really green really quickly. So I'm going to take a little bit more off here and then hold the rest. But buy the rumor, sell the news. Yeah. They see John buying and then release news. That's what it feels like sometimes. They're like, you know what? John's buying it. Time to tank the market. Oil just dipped too, though. So let's see if we actually have news. Yeah, I see Waller speaking. He put out a statement is what this is. A little contract that could here, guys. Let's see if we get over the VWAP right here. The VWAP's right here, though, but I believe. Taking one little contract. Micro contract at that. And it's completely. All that optimism. I mean, the VWAP's right there. I'm going to put my stop loss in and just wait now. Look at this advertisement I just got. What does this mean? Are they saying I'm getting old here? Look at this advertisement. Turkey neck. Not today. Try our seaweed neck lifting serum. What? Look at this neck right here, dude. How old do they think I am? No offense to you. No offense to you. Look at it. Look. Definitely not turkey necked. Algorithm's wrong. Guys, algorithm is wrong. Alright. Yeah. Rubio saying that's not good. I mean, and inflation data scaring markets right now. Oil's kind of moving up. I might take this little. I'm gonna take this off here. Oil's actually bouncing a little bit right now. Is the stream delayed? No, not really. Hit the live button next to the play button if it's delayed for you, dude. Main character syndrome. Plan for a nice run. Emmy was a nightmare. Accumulation and capitulation range. I get my news from Lego memes. Me too, bro. People ask me where I get my news from. That's where I get it. Yeah, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Trump is due to swear in Federal Reserve Chair Warsh. Unless Trump speaks, I don't think Warsh is going to give any type of economic outlook during the swear-in. What I do think we could get, though, is we could get Trump speaking, and that could move markets, is what I'm thinking here, maybe, right? Yeah, Dan, you know, bro, listen. I kind of feel attacked by that advertisement, dude. You know? I'm going to start working out my neck here. All right, look at this red showing up right now. Here's a red candle. What's oil doing? Oil's ripping. NASDAQ's falling real quick. Got out at the perfect time, and now that NASDAQ is retracing back up, oil is dipping some here. Traders are now pricing in a quarter-point Fed hike by the end of this year, 25%. 25 basis point hike. I mean, oh my gosh, am I in a trade, bro? Oh no, dude, my stop loss just hit. It's a short position here. Oh no, dude, my stop loss just hit, dude. I messed it up. Or did I? Or did I? Or did I? I forgot to cancel my stop loss. You know what? I'm going to get out here at $18 loss and just, you know, I'm still very green on the day. Ugh. My fault. My fault. Remember to cancel your stop losses, guys. Rest in peace, gold. Big pause. Yeah, Warsh gets sworn in today. No, Max. Who does that ad think that it is, man? Yeah, 4.8% inflation expectations for the University of Michigan for the final release. All right, so I saw some news that says high-level diplomatic sources to Al-Hadath says, quote, if an understanding is reached between Washington and Tehran, it will be in the form of a one-page agreement. One-page agreement. Oil falling, NASDAQ pushing up here a little bit, though. NASDAQ back up to 29,590s here, 29,590s. Yeah, I mean, a $15 loss or whatever that little baby loss isn't going to negatively impact me too much, so I'll be all right. But again, consumer sentiment dropping at the rate it did is pretty bad. Oil dipping down some too. We're at 97.6 this year. All right, guys, we're at 29,560s, 29,570s. We're in the high volume area of the volume profile. This is why you watch the volume profile, guys, is because like you kind of see what happens here. So, right, like just to take a look at this, you see this high volume area right here? This means that what the most likely thing, the price is most balanced here. So the most likely thing is this chop, right? Is this chop that we're in here. And so in this, you could short the top, buy the bottom here in situations like this. I'm not telling you to do it, but it makes the most sense when we're in the high volume area of the volume profile. Once you break past these ranges here, it opens up price swings a little bit more. Right, like that's the easiest way to read the volume profile. But at this point, we're right in the middle of the highest volume area, so chop is the most probable thing. It'll eventually break out of it, but that's kind of where we are now. But yeah, diplomatic sources say if a U.S.-Iranian understanding is reached, it will be a one-page agreement. One-page agreement. Yields are spiking right now too on that Michigan data. Yeah, what do we do right here, guys? Long or short? What do you guys think? Also, where are you guys from? You know, lurkers, present yourselves. Where are you guys from here? I am in Houston, Texas. I got my LSU mug, though. Cheers to you guys. I think I'm almost out of coffee, though. Florida? What's up, Marsh? UK? Romania? Birmingham? Ireland? Paris, Detroit, Arizona, UK, Liverpool, H-Town, Texas. What's up, guys? Welcome. Welcome. Appreciate the love. All right, so we're still starting to break down under some of this high volume area, the volume profile here. Hey, thank you, Matt. I appreciate the love, brother. Thank you. Lego memes. Also, guys, for all those joining us from all around the world, if you want to enter the giveaway, hit the exclamation point and hit BGT. If you do this right here, it'll enter you into the giveaway. Watch it enter me in the giveaway, and then I win. But exclamation point BGT will get you joined up here, guys. Get you joined up. Very slow. Very slow. Oil popping back up a little bit. We're starting to get to the bottom area of this volume profile. We can break down under 540. Maybe I'll short it. Yeah, so we're now under 540s here. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm watching this. I should have maybe shorted that retest of 540s here. I told you guys if it broke under 540s, I might short it just because of the volume profile aspect of it. But I need to, maybe if I get a little bounce back here, I'll short. As long as we don't have any news coming out. I'll short a little bit right here. Very small. See if we start to flush down towards that low level right here. We're still close to highs of the day, so I got to be a little more careful here. But I do want to see if we start to flush down. If we get back up into the higher volume area, I'm going to cut it and get out. Let's see if we can flush, though. There we go. All right, there we go. I'm going to cover half of this here. Give the rest a longer term time frame to bounce back and set my stop loss here at just under 50. See if we can break lows. If not, we'll get out close to break even. All right, we are starting to break down some. Oh my goodness, hold on. Weird. All right, we are riding this down nicely. Can y'all still see my P&L here? Oh no, you can't. Weird. We gotta exit out. Exit. Look at the one little micro that could here, though, guys. Look at this. I'm gonna add to this now. There we go. We got Warsh stepping in. We got Trump speaking. I'm guessing he's gonna say optimistic things. Maybe that's Marcus pricing it in. I maybe should have taken profit here, but it's alright. We're already very green on the day. Let me exit this stop out real quick before we add a little bit more into this. See if we reject right around here. Take a larger risk now. I don't mind taking a little bit more risk on a small gain like that. I mean, I like the 1 micro and what it did for me, but I don't mind taking more risk into maybe a breakdown here. Let's see. There we go. I'm gonna get out of one of these here. What a fill. It gave me a really bad fill. Or not a bad fill, it just kind of moved my average down. We're about flat on the remaining piece. I'm going to cut that right there. We're still very green on the day. I could have maybe stayed in short until 540. But, again, we got Warsh getting sworn in sometime soon here. But, man. I do like 540s though here. Yeah, I think I don't know if there's likelihood of attacks over the weekend. There could be likelihood of some type of, you know, some type of dovish thing going on over the weekend that makes markets go down. I really don't know. All right, we're back in short. We're up a few hundred on the day already, so we have that cushion that we want. I just want to see if it breaks down some more. I'll take a little bit off into that. I'm like micro scalping here, but I'll leave this last one and cut it break even. So we have the stop set now, break even on the rest. Give it time. It might not work, but just to show you guys the trade. We got a stop set over 540 here. And so we're going to make money no matter what here. We already took profit, but if it breaks down more, we'll make more. And we just got stopped out. That's okay. Made money on the trade. Yeah, again, guys, if you want to join the giveaway, exclamation point BGT in the chat. You only have to enter it once. Please don't say it over and over again if you've already entered. But exclamation point BGT. We got about 30 minutes into the Warsh swearing ceremony. Nvidia's rebounding back up though. We are back in the high volume area, the volume profile. So AMD's popping back up. It's at 460s. All right, so we're back up there. No news. All right, guys, kind of a choppy range for this Friday. Should I stream the Warsh thing? I'm debating it. I don't know yet. Should I? Hey, what's up, Bob? Nice background music. Hey, thanks, man. Towards Asia Open. Yeah, stream it. Warsh thing's 11 Eastern. The only reason I would stream it, it could move markets. It could move markets. It's at 11 o'clock. Stream it. NASDAQ, S&P, Dow starting to push up here. Yeah, traders are, yeah, I mean, after the University of Michigan day, yeah, I'm green today. I'm not green a ton, but I'm green nonetheless. Yeah, so I'm green, just not a lot. So. It's supposed to happen at 11 o'clock, but they might be delayed. The only thing, like, Trump speaking might influence things, but it might not, too. You know? All right, guys. So yeah, we are gonna cover. I'll go ahead and cover Warsh getting sworn in. NASDAQ is going up though, so we'll see if we hold. Somebody part MicroStrategy, beginning of an era. Yeah, we'll cover it. Youngest Fed governor. Yeah, it's going to be at 11 o'clock, guys. 11 o'clock. Again, if you want to enter the giveaway ahead of time, hit !BGT. We'll do the giveaway in like 5 minutes. So you got 5 more minutes to enter !BGT if you haven't already. Don't enter it twice. If you haven't already. All right, so Waller says if expectations over the next 2 to 3 to 4 years rise, that's a problem. Strategy to manipulate. I've watched the swearing in a past shares. I don't think Warsh is going to give us any type of indication of economic outlook, but I do think Trump might speak on everything, and that might influence things more than everything else, right? Waller says prefer market-based inflation expectation measures. If expectations over 2, 3, 4 years rise, that's a problem for me. Yeah. Alright guys, so again, we're back to this high volume area, the volume profile, but we're getting past it slightly here. We're at 610s here, 610s. Yeah, all good, Sam. No press conference. The giveaway is for a Lucid eval. Flex eval. Yeah, I mean, I think they're supposed to have some type of conference for it now. Like some type of conference, some type of thing going on. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. Like, we'll stick around until 11 just to see. Look at this pullback here. We're back in the high volume area of the volume profile. But let's see. Yeah, Trump is due to swear in Federal Reserve Chair Warsh at 11 a.m. Yeah, I'll put a timer up at the bottom just to see if Trump speaks for it, which is iffy. Who knows? All right, I'm trying to get this banner up so you guys can watch it live with me. we go. That's pretty good. All right, so there's a timer. We got 20 minutes left. 20 minutes. We're dipping down a little bit here, but we're finally passing this level. Maybe if we get a pullback to like 610s, I'll buy this. We'll see. The time is official 11 o'clock. The Hill explicitly states the event is scheduled to begin at 11 a.m. Yes, it will be live broadcast. A bunch of live feeds covering it. So we'll see if it starts, but I'm guessing the White House will stream it, but we'll cover it here as well. All right, guys. So it's time for the giveaway. How much time we got left? Yeah, I will give you guys one minute. Exclamation point BGT if you haven't already. Will help you enter the giveaway. It's a free Lucid Flex eval. So exclamation point BGT. You got 1 minute. If you haven't done it yet, do it now. Join the giveaway. You don't have to enter it twice. It doesn't do anything if you do. Again, you have to show up within a minute, though. 2 minutes. I'll give you 2 minutes to show up to collect your prize. You got to join the Discord. You got to follow us on Twitter at Beginner Trades. At Beginner Trades. Here's our Twitter link if you want to follow us. All right, you got about 20 seconds. 20 seconds. All right, guys, you guys ready? And again, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to announce yourself, at least in the chat, because we've had people win and then not show up. So let me give you 2 minutes to announce yourself in the chat if you do win. 2 minutes. Yeah, all good, Sarge. All right, here we go. Here's the giveaway. Gamer 1 has won. Gamer 1 with a 3. You have 2 minutes now to announce yourself. And join the Discord. 2 minutes. Oh, nice, gamer. There you are. Hey, you won, brother. You won, dude. Message me in the Discord, friend. Yeah, we had a bunch of people join that giveaway, Pew, so your odds were stacked against you, you know. I'm here. Hello, I'm here. Hey, what's up, gamer? All right, so yeah, just join our Discord, brother. Send me a picture of your YouTube homepage so I know it's you. And I will send you the code, bro. Appreciate you being active on the stream, man. Yeah. So if you're not in our Discord yet, join our Discord. Here's our Discord link, dude. There's a Discord link right there. No discipline, you didn't win. Sorry, brother. We're waiting for the Warsh ceremony. Hey, good job, gamer. It's a conspiracy against you, Pew. It's a conspiracy against you. Yeah, just comment in the day trading chat and I'll message you, brother. All right. Waller's still speaking, but Waller says there's no way he can go back to the small balance sheet of 2008. We want to run an ample reserves type system. Don't want to go scarce reserve system. Yeah. It's gonna be at 11 a.m. I'm still looking to see if we got a feed for it. How'd you get into trading? I think I saw the movie Big Short. Got a little pullback here. Hey, what's up, Tired Panda? Hey, thank you for the follows on X.com, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got you. I sent you a message on Discord, Gamer. I got you, bro. Yeah, we're waiting for the Warsh feed. I don't know whether I should cover this or not. I really don't. We're back inside a rotation of today's value. Yeah, I mean, if you zoom out, we definitely are. I haven't been trading now since we've been in this. It's too hard to figure out what we're gonna get. Hey, thank you, Gamer. Alright. Scared money don't make money, bro. I'm the scaredest of money, sir. I think you should be scared of losing money. I'm the most scared of money. Alright, we're starting to get a dip here, though. Look at this drop. Oil room's good. Waller says, have not spoken to Warsh about policy. Pact will secure Nikai saying some stuff. Japan and the Philippines will be getting discussions on intelligence sharing agreement. Set to sign a new tax agreement during one of the visits. Oh, let's see what Warsh happens here. Let's see if they, again, let's see if they speak. Again, speaking of Warsh, though, Waller just said, have not spoken to Warsh about policy. It's crazy given recent data to be talking about rate cuts in the near future. Let's see if we get sworn in, though. All right, NASDAQ's still up, though we're looking at a favorable spot in the volume profile. I'll wait until 11. Yeah, that's what I'm sitting here waiting here. We got 11 minutes here. All right, let's see if we even start. It's supposed to start at 11. If they're super late, though, I don't see any live feed of this yet. So I'm assuming the president's going to speak. Maybe that moves markets. But as of now, I'm just going to sit in tight waiting here. I'm just waiting. Again, guys, if you did not win the giveaway, if you did not win, If you did not win, use exclamation point BGT at checkout. You'll get the max discount. We appreciate it. Yeah, gamer, if you're still there, you got to send me a video of your home screen. Not a video, an image of your home screen, so I know it's actually you. After the Sherbirder incident, yeah, we gotta be careful. All right. Will this move markets? Yeah, Matt, you're a little delayed on the stream, my brother. Hit the live button next to the play button. Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be late. Usually they're late. But we'll see. Markets are kind of just flat right now. Yeah, 11 o'clock is when it's supposed to start, though. We'll see. Hold on, he's supposed to maybe talk at... Yeah, he's supposed to maybe talk at this event. We'll see. We'll see. Market's very flat. I can't really trade this here. We're still up nicely on the day, though. We are very green. But we are waiting for this thing to start. NASDAQ's close enough to all-time highs to be interesting. Oil has been back and forth this morning. Down big, up big on basically renewed deal hopes. Waller says recent labor inflation data turned me on rate bias. The recent labor inflation data turned me on rate bias, he says. And again, we're just sitting tight waiting for this to start. We'll see. Okay, I got you. Here, so Gamer, I'm sending you that code right now. Again, check out Lucid if you haven't already, guys. Most day traders lose money. So, you can day trade the S&P, NASDAQ, Dow, Russell, gold, commodities. Great way to learn. Lucid has 50% off right now. You can go direct to funded for $420 for a $150K direct to funded account on Lucid. So here's that link if you want to check it out and help support your friend in this channel. Let me get rid of this. Remove. We will pin the Lucid link if you want to check it out. Again, you can also check out Take Profit has 50% off right now too. Yeah, I don't see anything started. It's supposed to start in 6 minutes. Here you go, Gamer. I appreciate it. NASDAQ down at 620s here, guys. Bull or bear on the swearing. I don't know if we're going to move markets at all, but bull or bear on the swearing. Let me know. Hey, later, Sam. Have a great day. Yeah, I just sent it to you, gamer. We'll see if this is on time. It's supposed to start in 5 minutes, but again, generally speaking, they're late usually for this report. So doesn't mean we're gonna get it on time. Do me a favor though, subscribe, guys. Hit the notification bell. Ew. Oops. Yeah, I meant to send it to this guy. Yeah, we'll see. All right, guys, look. So, Kevin Warsh ceremony is supposed to start anytime now. We don't know when it's going to be, but we're waiting for it. I don't think Kevin Warsh is going to say anything about economic outlook. I really don't. I think what's going to matter is what the president says about Iran during this. I think that's probably going to be the more influential thing. But we will see. Hey, there you go, gamer. Hey, nice, bro. Yeah, I sent it to you, gamer. Look at the NASDAQ going up a little bit here. Still hasn't started yet, though. Nothing yet. Oh. Three minutes. All right, guys. It's Friday. We'll see what happens now, but $6.44 is here. Waiting for this to start. Yeah, all good, Chavo. We're here. We're here. I'm gonna stream it. I don't. Like I said, it's Friday, guys. We'll see what this does, but yeah, it should be starting. Hopefully, they start on time. I'm just hoping they start on time. So I am hoping they start on time. Last person, because nothing really goes on in markets right now. We're starting to push towards the top of this range, but it is kind of boring at this point. Not a lot going on. There's oil. Waiting for this Warsh thing to start. I don't know if it's even going to move markets, really. So we will see. I'm waiting for it here. I'm waiting for it. Yeah, also, gamer, I sent you a message. You're in the main trading chat. I'm not going to send the code there. I sent you a message, brother. Yeah, so check the Discord message, dude. Yeah, we stopped trading here. Maybe I should have done a different stream for this, but it's alright. Hey, what's up, Alex? I appreciate your lives, brothers, all the way from South Africa, Cape Town. Yeah, all good, bro. I appreciate you being a active part of the chat, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Yeah, on Discord. That's where I sent the message. Here, I'll send you another one right now. All right, guys, here we go. There's 10 o'clock. Still hasn't started yet. Waiting here. Nothing yet here, guys. Nothing yet. I'm checking a bunch of different sources. I don't see it started yet, so we're still gotta wait. Again, generally speaking, the president is usually late. So, generally speaking, he's late. Generally. So we will see what happens, but nothing yet. Waiting. $11 or 11:30 on Discord. NASDAQ's ripping up though. Look at oil bounce here. So oil bouncing right there at 97.5s. NASDAQ kind of moving up simultaneously here with it though. Pakistani's army chief, a key U.S. mediator, is headed for Tehran, according to CBS. Again, Pakistani foreign minister. We're not aware of any visit to Iran planned by the army chief. This was CBS an hour ago. Now CBS just reported again. Pakistan's army chief, a key U.S. mediator, is headed to Iran. Yeah, again, we're waiting for the swear-in for the new Fed chairman. Waiting for this to start. Nothing yet. Just kind of sitting tight waiting. I mean, generally speaking, I told you guys, Trump is usually late with these press conferences. So he doesn't usually start them on time. So we're just kind of sitting tight waiting for this to happen at this point. They're usually a little late. And so that's what we see now is it's late. This is late, boring, nothing really going on. Middle of the day on a Friday, and we're all waiting for Warsh to get sworn in. And I don't think Warsh is going to give economic outlook. I do think we might hear from the president regarding stuff going on, and that's what markets are kind of waiting on right now. That's the only thing I can really think of here. But as for now, we're just kind of sitting tight. It's supposed to be at 11 o'clock. It is now 11:04. No news yet. No news yet, and we're just kind of sitting tight, waiting. We also have Chairman Kane delivering commencement address, but I don't think that's market moving. And now we're just kind of sitting tight, waiting for this to start. So. I see no White House lives either. NASDAQ still pushing up at 665s right now in the NQ. We're waiting here, guys, but still nothing here. Look, you can kind of see, like, we're waiting. Still nothing. Same news repumping works every time. He's always late. Yeah, he's generally late. 2-year yield rises to 4.14%, the highest since February of 2025 here, guys. So NASDAQ still pushing up, though, on that news about the guy heading to Tehran. Even though we heard that about 5 different times already. Just close to $1,000 short on 100x leverage for Bitcoin. Hey, good job, V. I'm not going to join you in that short, brother, but good job. I'm glad you made money, dude. Yeah, oil down to 97.5s. V-shaped recovery is insane. Yeah, I told you guys, like, I think bulls are getting baked into potential good news happening over the weekend. Like, I think this has been very obvious for a while now. Bulls are getting baked into potential optimism over the weekend, right? I think that's what's going on. And I think they're expecting some type of big announcement to happen over the weekend. I think that makes plausible sense. And, you know, it is a long weekend. It is a 3-day weekend here. So, you know, we got stuff going on. Still nothing yet on the side of this. So nothing really here yet. Yeah, nothing yet. They're always late, bro. On a Friday, though, dude. Come on, let's get this stuff done with. Every time they're late. I'm waiting here, dude. I want to see this. Like, I want to see it. But it's also pretty predictable that it's going to be late. Look at the NASDAQ. Look at oil jump right back higher here. It's at 97.75 right now. What did Ilios say? Oh. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to attack. I hope not. I hope we don't get more escalation here. I really do. All right, we're at 97.80s here. 97.80s. NASDAQ at 677. We'll see. But this is taking too long. Oil jumping a little bit right now. Yeah, guys, look. This is taking too long. I think I'm just going to get out of here, honestly. Look, if you want to watch it, watch the Associated Press. Here's the link to that if you want to check it out. There's a bunch of news sources that are bigger news than me that are going to cover it. We'll see what happens. I'm going to get out of here. This is just taking too long, guys. I'm sorry. So... All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'm sorry, guys. Look, I put the link up if you want to check it out. There's the YouTube link to the... it's just taking too long. I don't want to sit here for an hour. It's my Friday. It's a long weekend. I'm going to go enjoy the weekend, guys. You lazy bum. I know, dude. I know. I'm going to go enjoy the weekend, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Listen, there's nothing going on. I don't know how late this is going to be. This might start in a freaking hour. Even still, I don't know how much influence it's going to have. I'm going to get out of here. See you, Steve. Later, guys. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy your long weekend. Again, Monday market is closed. Chat, so Monday market is closed. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Yeah, I just can't do it. I can't stick around that long. Again, it's just too boring. Sorry, guys. Later, chat. See you on Tuesday. That's right. I might stream Monday. It just depends on how late we get started. And it really just depends on how... It depends on what happens over the weekend. We get some crazy stuff that happens over the weekend. I will stream Monday. Monday's open. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Y'all be good. Have a